Hello, welcome back to another episode of Two Dudes Drinking Beer. My name is Josh.
My name is Alec.
Today, this episode of Two Dudes Drinking Beer is brought to you by Jack Jaw. I gotta hold the box the right way. You can't even see shit. It's up there. It's called Jack Jaw. This is our first.
Shit!
This is it's scuffed.
Already a mess.
But hey, you knew this getting into it, Kevin. This is.
You know what you signed up for.
Our good friend Oscar put us on to this product called Jack Jaw. Essentially, what it is, it's a jaw exerciser. Little silicone thing. If you've seen, you've probably seen advertisements for it before, but this is different. It's a lot cheaper. It's like $15.99. It's on Amazon. Let me pull up the page. I can do that now.
Comes with a few really nice stickers in the box for all you. Here, let's put it on the laptop. You got the. Put one of those on the laptop. You got the Two Dudes Drinking Beer one on there. Shout out to Jack Jaw.
Slap.
I've always wanted to try something like this, to be perfectly honest. Because everyone's always heard me talk about how I hate my bitch face.
Because you don't have a jawline.
Because I have no jawline. And that's why I shave my beard. To anyone curious, I'm like, I'm never going to shave my beard. And everyone's like, you fucking shaved. So basically, my idea is I'm going to do the fucking...
And he's going to set on the inside of the box. It says manifest with the jaw of attraction. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to manifest the jaw. It's $15.99 on Amazon. Free shipping. So even fucking better.
Saves you an extra few bucks.
Yeah. If you look at other jaw exercisers online.
Did he give us a promo code to give out?
No, you got to buy it yourself. But it's if you don't have...
If you can't spend $15 to make yourself look beautiful, then you're fucking already not...
Invest in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 different levels. There's beginner, intermediate, advanced. They're all different weights.
Advanced, like, hurts, by the way. Like,
it's not that bad.
Don't start on advanced.
He's got a weak jaw.
I really do have a weak jaw, which is what I was saying. I'm super stoked to use a product like this. I'm going to be posting before and after pictures. I shave my beard so you guys can see my jawline. The one thing I've always hated about my appearance personally is I can't grow a full beard, and that's a problem because I use my beard to hide my jawline. My jawline being one of my biggest insecurities. And I finally get a product that could try it out and see if it works. And I'll be posting my results online. And I'm gonna do the whole month-long routine. It gives you in here
like a workout plan.
Like a 30-day workout plan, and it says you'll see results within 30 days or less. So use at least 10 minutes a daily use to see results. Repeat for 20 to 40 reps or until your jaw is tired. Squeeze slowly on the jaw exerciser, then release. Place jaw exerciser in mouth. I'm reading the instructions backwards. I don't know why.
This is our first time. Sorry.
We're
new to this.
With the flat side facing forward towards you. I'm guessing that's the... Wait, what's the flat side? This is the flat side. So like this.
No.
We got a bite here.
No. Well, if it is, then I've been fucking doing it wrong, and I can't read.
Oh, I've got her here.
That actually makes more sense than how I've been doing it.
How's your dumbass been doing it?
I
just got Wendy's on it.
Oh, I guess even it's like that way on the box.
That's it.
I'm a fucking dumbass.
Dumb.
Kevin, I've been using your product.
Well, are you doing it this way?
Yeah.
No wonder. No wonder it's no wonder the hard one's not hard for you because you've been doing everything the hard way.
So yeah, I've been...
Yeah, it looks like you're doing this.
I've been biting it like this, horizontally.
Oh, well, this is going to going Indian else and choking, which is really nice because I don't want to choke.
See?
I really serious galley tricks.
Get the dick out of your mouth. Oh. If you do it this way, you can breathe through it, and it's nice and easy.
It's like a ball gag.
But that's not the way you're supposed to do it, I guess.
Oh, we got a red one. That's like a real ball gag looking one. Which way you did it? Yeah, the flat side.
So, that makes sense. So I'm going to do it right from now on. I've been using this for like 3 days the wrong way.
So slobbery.
So...
You've been doing it for 3 days already?
About 3 days.
What's your take on it so far, aside from you've been doing it wrong?
My jaw hurts.
Your jaw hurts.
So.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's like when you go to a workout, right? Anytime you work out, got you this nice little neck strap, so in case you swallow it, you can pop that sucker back out.
So I see. I thought that went in the groove, but once again, turns out I can't fucking read.
Seems like you gotta get the string through there.
That makes a lot more
And then,
sense. Yes. So we're
It's
gonna,
also like a bite guard, like, right? Like if you work with like, if Raul was here and you wanted to bite my finger off, he'd be
for
like,
the
I
the retards, the R-worded people.
was trying to avoid terminology like that because it's branding a product. But
if you want to work out your jaw, I recommend this product. I've been using it, granted, incorrectly.
I'm doing the 30-day trial. He's been doing it for 3 days. I'm trying to get him. You're gonna do the 30-day trial with me?
I mean, I'm gonna use it. They say to do it.
You're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it to do it.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use the back stretcher you got me. I'm gonna stretch my jaw
At the same time.
at the same time. I'm gonna be all kinds of healthy and sexy.
So
30 days.
other products like this go to like $40, $60. This one, $15.99, Amazon, Jack Jaw. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and manifest the jaw of attraction.
Manifest the jaw of attraction.
With that being said, moving forward, today's 2DDB FFOTD, the fun fact of the day, the be now the butthole, is that due to heat expansion of the tower's iron in the summer sun, the Eiffel Tower's height can go up by 6 inches. Now is not the time to jack off your jaw. Sorry,
I shouldn't be jacking off on camera like that. Thank you. It even comes with a carrier.
Yeah, a little container.
You could take this in the gym bag, run on the treadmill, and pump some iron, and be like,
Today we're drinking.
oh yeah. The original reason we started a podcast, not to do advertisements, but to just drink some beer and hang out.
We're drinking On These Bones IPA. It's a local brewery just down the street called Institution. You've probably heard about it if you're a local who listens to this show. If not, disregard that. You don't know where this is.
It's in Camarillo. Camarillo?
Camarillo
sounds like an actress's name. Oh my god.
We've had this before.
Really nice can. I've never had this one before. I know you said you have.
Oscar brought it over for us.
Super sick fucking can.
A lot of skulls. I like skulls.
Yeah. Cheers. For those of you who don't know,
it's Monday the 15th.
as Josh was saying, that's good. Institution is a local brewery in Camarillo. He lives right by it.
Right down the street.
And they make really good IPAs. They
have really good craft.
If you want a life hack, anyone who's kind of new to the drinking game or getting into the drinking game, this is a fact.
Start with stouts.
No. It's a fact. I've done plenty of field research on my own. If you buy an IPA from a bar, it will be twice as expensive as if then buying it at the brewery itself.
Go to the source.
We have all these bars around us. We go to all these bars. They all sell Institution. They have a really popular IPA that's Institution. It's the Mosaic, I believe, right?
A lot of places around here, they have the Institution IPA. Just that's what it's called. Okay. They have the Mosaic, and they have like a seasonal.
They usually have a few. And if you go into any bar on Camarillo, it's like $7 to $10 for like a pint.
It's usually $7.
Usually $7. If you go to the Institution brew house, it's like $3. And they're big glasses. They might even be closer to the 21 outside. $3, really good quality, straight out of the batch. You can't beat it. Go to go to like the fucking breweries.
It's like drinking
try the
milk
beers
straight from the teat.
It's so good. It's so much better. It's cheap. It's better quality. And that's just the best place to get it
and support local business.
Support local business, and there's gonna be a bunch of people out there drinking and having a good time. They also do food and stuff like that, and a lot of breweries are like that. So I know a lot of people have that kind of idea of like the IPA hipster snob or whatever, but the fact is,
it's a better beer.
It's a better beer. It's a better place to drink. It's a good drinking environment. They got food. They got people who, believe in their company and they work hard. And it's not just some random bartender who expects a 20% tip. It's someone who's going to go out of their way for you and they're working on a product that is, close to their heart. And that's all I got to say. This is a really good one. I'm a huge fan.
Sell like shirts and shit. I actually do need my phone for this show.
Go and get it.
It's all the way over there. I got all this shit now.
It's okay. Let's see if I can burp. I'll take a big sip, and then I'll see how long I can burp till you get back.
Burp for Jacob.
Is Jacob the guy who got us the Jack Jaw?
No, that's Kevin.
Oh. Also, real quick, shout out to Dane. Happy birthday.
Hi, Dane. Remember me?
Yeah. So.
I was asking him, not you.
Sorry. What were you saying?
Have you heard of the... Hold on. The FCF. It's brand new.
I don't know.
It's like a few weeks old. It's called the Fan Control Football League. There's no L, but...
That's interesting.
It stands for Fan Controlled Football.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, I was watching that Smite guy I always watch. Put it on your mic. Do it. No balls.
All right. For Jack Jaw.
Our microphones are just...
My microphone's black already.
Covered in stickers.
Hey, man, I'm not tripping on it. If you want to give us
Premium ad space.
Yeah, if you want to give us some fucking stuff to try out and support the show and we'll advertise you, I'll put a fucking sticker on my mic. I got you, dog. Don't even trip, dog. Got you.
So I was watching this guy on Twitch, and he was someone in the chat said, "Did you see that what Johnny Manziel is doing? Do you remember him?"
Mm-hmm. Draft day, Johnny Manziel. 5 years later, how am I the man still?
Yeah, Johnny Football. He is...
I'm ignoring that.
That's his nickname. That's what he's called.
No, I know. I'm fucking with you.
Apparently, he is in this league called the Fan Control Football League, which is... it's streamed live on Twitch every Saturday. That's the only place you can watch it. There's only 4 teams. It's 7v7. There's no special teams. It's only 50-yard field. You start at the 10.
Half court.
Pretty much. You start at the 10.
Just pick up games in the park.
Yep. It's only a 1-hour game. The clock is always running. There's no replays. And the thing is, it's called Fan Controlled Football League because apparently fans are supposed to be able to control everything about this. So there's a live draft every Wednesday where players draft the teams. So there's like 60 players, but there's only 7 people to play on a team.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to pick like so you basically go into a pool. Every team has like 2 franchise players, and they don't leave that team. But everyone else goes back into a pool after every game and then joins the
You
team.
just getting free agents left and right, kind of deal, or?
Well, it's like they're all people who probably just didn't get drafted or didn't go to like.
Could you imagine it's
the
like
XFL or the
you're at that
Canadian
huge,
football?
You're at that huge banquet, and then all of a sudden it's like Johnny Manziel approaches you. He's like, "Tough luck, huh, pal? You want to get a beer and talk about it?" And the next thing he knows, he's like, "So I got this thing going on Sundays. Don't know if you'd be interested. It's really great. No one's doing it before. It's called the FCC." You're like, "What?" No, I'm sorry. It's called the FCF, Crowd Controlled Football. What? Sorry. He's drinking IPAs at the institution.
So, on Twitch, and I guess there's an app. I took pictures of their website because there's no way I can remember all of this.
Hey man, you do you.
There's an FCF app. You'll see whether to pick a run or a pass play, and you pick them. It's what they wanted to do.
Oh, it's like a fucking game of Madden, but in real life.
That's what they wanted to do. Like they have the Madden view camera.
That's cool as fuck.
Back over the quarterback.
That's cool as fuck. Are you kidding?
This is kind
You
of
think we could commentate on one of the games? We could be like the fucking Johnny Manziel dropping back, throws it to Gronkowski.
No, they actually have commentators. It's
I know. Do you think we could just I'm assuming we just apply.
No, like
Hi, we have our own microphones already.
They have like real people, like actual industry people. They do live stream helmet cam views and mics on the players. 180-degree VR cameras all over the field.
That's sick. Those concussion shots are gonna look so good.
And they
head to head.
They have player entrances like the WWE.
It makes sense if it's only a team of like 7. It's like, why not?
End zone specifically designed for touchdown celebrations. Lights,
Damn.
LEDs.
I don't even know what that
lasers,
means. It's like a trampoline in the end zone.
Like the cryo cannons, the smoke.
Yeah.
The They said they're putting the fun back in football.
There's no fun in football.
Hey man, some people think it's fun.
No, usually when people say that, it's like I'm putting the diss and disrespect.
So, really, what this is, FCF. Let's get some more information on it right now. I know when I was doing my little bit of research, you could pay to be a team owner, which is basically donate to my Kickstarter. It's like $150. Mm-hmm. And that's actually the first thing that comes up on their website is become a team owner. And it takes you to like this Kickstarter page where they've raised only like $141,000. Only.
Couldn't do shit with that if I wanted to.
Out of 270 people.
Damn!
Team owners, a minimum of $150.
No way. All we need is 270 of our closest friends to give us $150, and we'll have $150,000?
Yeah.
I'm shaking that math right now.
Well, some people probably... You can give more. Like, you don't have... That's just the minimum.
Yeah, a lot of people must have gave more. That's an extra $100,000. That's only... Those numbers at the minimum is only $47,000.
So that really means people are believing in this. But like, what happened to the XFL? That shit.
The Rock bought it.
Yeah, and isn't it supposed to be?
Johnny Manziel said, "Fuck The Rock. I'm gonna give him some competition."
I know, but like, isn't the XFL supposed to be like after regular football, which is now?
That's a good point.
So like, what happened to the XFL?
Google it. You got the fucking computer right there.
Oh my god, I'm asking you these questions.
I don't know the answer. I can give my opinion on shit. I don't have facts.
That's what
you're the facts guy. I'm the feelings guy.
Oh, they filed for bankruptcy.
There you go. And I feel like that's hilarious.
3 days after the league suspended operations. This was reported.
The Rock was like, "Yo, that sounds like a great investment," and then everyone else was just like, "Nah."
It was 2020. COVID happened, so I guess they went bankrupt.
That's the difference, though, right? Is like that really shows the sheer power of the NFL. That they're way bigger, and they're like, COVID, fuck you.
So now
we're gonna make this happen.
They're just streaming fan-controlled football, and basically you could just do fucking play Madden.
They're gonna be doing something like that on Twitch or something, right?
Yeah, it's on Twitch every Saturday.
So cool. That's so perfect too. It's like a real. Yo, I'm so glad someone thought of that because that's like a real fucking thing. Makes you feel like an actual like. I told you this before, right? One of my favorite games growing up was Madden. It was like Madden Head Coach or something. Mm-hmm. It might have even just been like an EA spin or whatever, but like it was just called Head Coach.
It's made by these guys, Schraub Ferrauti.
And
Ray Austin is a football player. I think he's the commissioner. So it's 3 regular dudes and a football player.
Pale.
Yeah, he looks like Swedish.
Patrick Dees? Yeah, he's so Swedish.
So it's made by these guys, and they have like a whole list of like the fucking actual people.
Okay, here's the thing though. Like, is it just selecting the plays, or can you like submit plays to be, I
have no idea how that part works.
Because I would love to be like feeling like a head coach or like offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and you're like, try this play, see if this works.
Well, the teams have coaches, so they probably bring it up like Madden, where like, here's 3 plays you can pick from, or like when you pick pass or rush, play, and then it probably brings up like a few to pick.
That's so cool.
Based on yardage or whatever.
That's so cool. I wonder, what I'm super curious about is how that's going to work out, right? Because like offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators study like weeks in advance of film, and like, they're really critical of it.
Yeah, and you can't really do that because your teams are getting rotated every fucking week.
Yeah, and
except for your franchise.
And above all, you're having essentially a bunch of random people choose plays that they like vibe with,
Yeah.
And it's like, what if every time it's like they're like, run it to the left, and they're like, everybody blitz on the right. It's like, you're fucked. Like, that's a broken neck. That's gonna, like, that will eventually happen. Just like,
these are the players.
All the available drafts.
Just random fucking people. Like Alfonso Carter. Never heard of him. This dude looks like he's wearing a real jersey. Ladarius Galloway. And some random white kids, too. I don't want to answer your phone call about my extended auto warranty.
This is the last time I'm going to try and reach you.
If it's the last time, stop fucking calling me.
I got my smog check today. And I was in and out in like 20 minutes. Shout out to Smog Only. Just shout outs all today. Shout outs and advertisements.
This is the episode of shout outs.
This is the fucking we sold out episode. And we're loving it.
Can't do it because, copyright.
Yeah.
I don't own that jingle.
I think McDonald's, if anyone, would be the first person to sue us. Be like, we don't sit in line with your ideals. And it's like, we drink beer. And they're like, yeah, we give people diabetes. It's just a different game.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was great. It was my sister's wedding. I did the audio for it. I had speakers and everything set up. I got all my gear set up. We set up a really nice venue at my dad's place.
That's the hot wedding spot.
Yeah. Eric got this really cool night shot. I'm just going to show you because he taught me a little bit about night photography. And I was thinking maybe we should do something like this. So basically, I was wearing this like white cloak and I was running around. And
I know how to do that.
You know how?
Yeah.
My sister had this thing that was like supposed to be decorated for, I guess, like the arches or whatever they use wherever the ceremony is. And I was running around with a white cloak and I looked like a ghost, kind of like transferring worlds or whatever. And it's got like all these stars in the background. And it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it's long exposure.
Yeah, exactly. And he showed me some of that.
That's how you make time lapses.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, just a lot of really cool shit like that, and it's a lot of fun, man. Good time. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I'm just fucking been working. Work's been super shitty right now.
Been busy as hell.
Yeah, it's super busy. There's just not enough hours and whatnot, because corporate greed is a thing, and it's super unfortunate.
Real quick, before we get into like how school's going and everything, did you hear about that lady who's like the daughter of the Heisman Trophy, like the one who made the Super Bowl trophy, designed the Super Bowl trophy? Apparently, the daughter of the person who designed the Super Bowl trophy saw Tom Brady toss it from one boat to another.
Yeah.
And went to social media and said, I can't sleep. It's so aggravating to see the trophy be treated with such disrespect that, like, it's my family's legacy, and you just toss it willy-nilly. I demanded an apology from Tom Brady.
First of all, bitch, go fuck yourself. You're just an artist. You're not even an artist.
The daughter of an artist.
Your father or mother, whoever designed it.
That's like Ryan being like, he heard someone talk shit about the Two Dudes Drinking Beer podcast, and he was like, "Hey, asshole, apologize."
That's my dad's.
My dad's.
That's so fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm. And they were breaking it down. Long story short, I'm listening to a bunch of AM radio, and all they do is talk about sports. AM radio is the move, bro. I'm telling you.
Nothing else to talk about.
AM radio is the move. Especially for your sports needs. And really good traffic updates, as it turns out. But they're breaking it down. Apparently, the trophy cost $10,000. And the guy was saying, Tom Brady's played in 10 Super Bowls and won 7 of them. I'm pretty sure he could set all those into a pile of fire and sink them in whatever ocean he wants and still afford to, like, buy all of the damages back. Like, if he really lost it, because she was saying, like, it was so close to dropping into the river and blah, 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 whatever. But they're like, worst case scenario, he just pays another 10 grand. Like, is it the worst thing ever? No, it's not necessarily the trophy, but someone who's won 7 of them more than any of them now.
Also, who gets the fucking trophy? How many of them are there? Does everyone get one? Or does it just sit in, like, the stadium or the owner's office?
I'm pretty sure if it goes to it probably goes to the franchise, right?
Like the owner.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I mean, but it's also like if the owner...
Do they make little replicas?
I think they just give them the rings.
Is it the same one every year?
They give everyone else the ring. Tom Brady can almost fill every finger on his hands.
He could if he loses a couple.
If he played against the Raiders back in the 90s.
Yikes. But yeah, fuck that bitch. That's stupid.
That's
so dumb.
Isn't it so crazy that sense of entitlement blew me away?
Just a fucking trophy. It doesn't even stand for anything. It's to signify a victory. Mm-hmm. Your father has nothing to do with it anymore.
But it's also
he just created it.
But it's also like, let's just even say like, who does it stay? Let's just say it doesn't even go to the owners. Let's just say the owner's super chill. He's like, this belongs to the team, which he probably says that, but he keeps it in his office. But anyway, if it were to get lost, it's like they'd buy another one, first and foremost. But also like, if anyone loses it, it should be the team, right? Because they earned it, right? It's theirs. In my head, it's like you buy a car.
It's their property.
If you buy a car and you want to paint it a different color with spray paint,
the creator
or markers,
the creator of that car is not going to be like, my great grandpa Takazawa created that car.
I love that you just went like Mitsubishi and Nissan.
Yeah.
Drive
Japanese cars. They're better.
They do last longer.
But like
what if we were like
the creator of Shure was mad you put a sticker
on it, and he's just like, get that fucking sticker off. I have the Shure logo on the back because I want people to know it's a Shure microphone and I designed it, blah blah blah. Get that shit off there because Jack Jaw, blah blah blah. It's a great product anyway.
It's my fucking property. I could do whatever I want with it.
I own it, yeah. And it's like, hey Tom Brady, you know that thing you earned? Apologize for it because I was involved in that process. You know, like the Star Wars movies, and it's like the ones that Disney made, and George Lucas like comes out your house like, hey, I heard you didn't like that. Spoiler alert: Kylo Ren and Rey kissed, and I'd be like, yeah, and he's like, that's really rude. I think you owe more to the people at Disney, and I'm like, what are you doing in my house? Like that's the best argument, right? It's like, why are you really going on to Twitter saying shit like this? Like, where do you feel like you actually have the authority to do that?
I want to see what she looks like.
Oh, I bet you she's rough. No way she's pretty.
The daughter of Vincent Lombardi.
No way she's pretty.
Well, yeah, that's dumb entitlement. While I look this up, gotta keep the air going.
So I don't even know how you consider that a design.
Lorraine Gross.
I don't even know how you consider that a design. Josh just pulled up a photo. It's like a square with a football on it. It's like,
yeah, it's
not color. Like a. It's like when they say like,
oh god,
oh, I knew it. Let me see her.
She looks rough.
Oh man, I don't know why. It just looks like her name's Debbie.
Probably was. Lorraine Gross.
For anyone who doesn't know what she looks like, just imagine someone named Debbie. I feel like they all kind of look like this.
Yeah.
Deb. But she goes by Deb.
What's her... Does she have a net worth at least? If anything? Let's
source of income. Father. Yeah, I don't know how you consider that. It's a fucking diamond with a football hanging out. It's like when someone designed the Pepsi logo and they're like, what is it? They're like, it's circle and it's got like a blue squiggle and a red squiggle.
She's effectively nobody.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't even have a fucking
there's literally nothing about her.
Not even a LinkedIn?
No, everything you Google about her is just why she's mad at Tom Brady. Everyone is blasting her though, so that's cool.
Yeah, bro, I can't imagine. Like, it's the same to me. It's the same. It's principle, right? You could always trace it down to that. If the person who sold me this Mackie board was like, "Yo, Mackie's for music, not podcasts. Get the fuck out." I'd be like, "No, hold on.
I can do whatever the fuck I want with it.
It's mine now. It's mine.
It's not yours anymore."
And here's the best thing. The best argument for that: Tom Brady for sure won that for the Bucks, bro. Tom Brady's for sure the person to thank.
That's his trophy.
That's for sure Tom Brady's. If anyone's, Tom Brady for sure has like the majority share in that statue.
Yeah. That silver statue.
And like I said, no, I'm not going to go out and like buy a $10,000 trophy, but like for a multi-trillion-dollar company who can still afford to operate during a worldwide pandemic, 10 grand is a drop in the bucket. 10 grand is literally what they pay like vendors on a daily basis to them.
So that's a nut here.
Yeah, that trophy cost them nothing. In fact, for them, it's probably insured. It's probably got something. It's already all numbered out. They know how much it costs and all that, so they don't really give a shit.
They probably don't even know who made it anymore. They're probably just snorting coke off of executive tables.
I mean,
like, who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you mad at my child Tom Brady, the poster child of the NFL?
Yo, I'm not a fan of bumper stickers, but if I was Tom Brady's dad, I'd put a bumper sticker on my car saying like, "My son just won the Super Bowl."
I feel like that's a quick way to get targeted for a robbery.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Fucking
No one's gonna believe it. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, why are you driving a Honda Accord?" Like, I don't know. My son's the rich one.
because he doesn't share the wealth.
Yeah.
He's not a socialist.
Mm-hmm. I'm just proud of my boy. Damn. My son beat all your sons in football.
Sometimes pride is you can have too much pride though.
No, totally. I'm just saying, like, I would never put a bumper sticker on my car, unless
Not on the
my son
bumper,
was Tom Brady,
Maybe on the window.
and Tom was like, "Hey, Dad, I just won the Super Bowl. Are you proud of me?" I'd be like, "Yes, son, for the seventh time."
What you have to do is numbers of Super Bowls won and like add like the tally marks. Like people like when they have the sticker that's like
The Apple stickers.
or just like how many people they've hit and like different like counting the points. Like pedestrians, children, cyclists, and whatnot.
Fuck cyclists.
Yeah, some of them are assholes. Some of them are nice. Some of them are cool. But here we are generalizing all of them.
Well, yeah. I mean, they all suck, right? I feel like if there's one group of people in this world everyone hates, it's people who ride their bikes in the middle of the road.
Oh. Okay.
You're like, oh, that's not the group of people I hate, but
To each their own.
to each their own.
Well, I mean, it's one thing if they're in the middle of the road. Like, it may be a nicer ride or whatever. It could be softer on your knees. But
You know what's better on your knees?
if you're not, like, aware that there's other cars around you. So you don't get out of the way.
Well,
Like, if you're turning, go ahead. Be in the street. But then at least go to the bike lane or, like, the side.
again, for me, it's like there's just this clear sense of, like, entitlement. Of, like, it's not like you have to share the road with me. It's like, this is my road. And the cars don't belong here. What are the cars doing in the street?
No, those kinds of cyclists
That's the mentality that gets me. It's
are
like,
dickheads.
it's like, dude, get out of the fucking way.
Because, I mean, I've biked in the street before.
Yeah, as have I.
And I've,
In bike lanes.
No, like I've done it like in the lane. I was also in like LA. So like in the city.
Yeah, that's a little different though. I'm saying like
Out here where there's fucking nothing
out here where there's like just farmland and then it's like
going down some
there's like 20
dickhead on
20
a bike.
20 bicyclists who all got together one day to go
Jogging
exercise.
club.
And they're just like all going down the road. They don't use hand signals. All they do is wear their fucking skin tight jumpsuits.
I
And
forgot the hand signals. I don't know what they mean.
turning
though.
left, turning right.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah, stopping. Oh, stopping, left, right. I've got them too apparently, but still.
It's a good thing I don't have to retake my driving test until I'm like 70,000 years old.
Right? It's like, when's it expire? When you're 60. When I'm 60, I will die in an accident before that.
And even then,
They're like,
it's,
yeah, we're pretty much counting on that. Like,
even then, it's a maybe. You just got to get your eyes checked every now and then.
yeah. No, it's amazing how much, like, they're like, you need to get your car smogged every 2 years. You need to do this every 3,000 miles, get your oil changed.
You got to register it.
But we don't care if you don't maintain yourself and your health. In fact, we're pretty much counting on that because we got a bunch of new young drivers who are willing to pay out their ass for a driver's license and a new sports car.
You want to register it out of state and drive it here?
You go right the fuck ahead.
Go ahead, because it's cheaper. Mm-hmm. Just have it assigned to a P.O. box. Or a business.
Where do you live? I live in the safest place in the world.
Which fucking, speaking about having businesses in different states, I came across this super sketchy website.
I like this. I like Josh with a laptop.
It's called Loophole for All. Basically what it is it's a shitty seedy website that you can get like a certificate that says that your company, if you choose to start a company,
it says steal for only 99 cents.
Yeah. You get a certificate saying that your company is based on an offshore country. So you don't have to pay like taxes on it.
Read some of it.
How? Okay, well, I don't condone any of this.
There's a step 1, 2, 3, 4 process right there.
Search for a company, set your email.
Wait, read the thing just above that right there.
Okay, so if you go to the website Loophole for All, they might steal your shit, so don't try to buy anything. They have steps 1 through 4, and above it says hijack a company in the Cayman Islands in 4 easy steps. Search for a company. Step 2, set your email or mail rerouting address there. Step 3, buy the company starting from 99 cents. Step 4, get your certificate and start an invoice. So
how does that even work? That doesn't seem very clear to me.
Dude, I have no fucking idea. But I came across this website. How? No fucking idea. I was doing like schoolwork all morning, and I somehow got across this website.
You're just like, how do I open a business in the Caymans? LOL. And it's like, I have the website for you.
It's for people to avoid all taxes.
You got a video right there. But here's the thing, that's fraud. Video. That's for sure fraud.
It is.
100%. You're not gonna get away with it.
It's a loophole.
Long. It's not a loophole if you're gonna get caught. There's no way.
We don't know if you're
there's no way. You play the video. There's no way.
Well, this is just an introductory video.
Go ahead, play it.
I don't want to play it.
Fuck.
It's tacky to play a video on this.
Well, you could always just look it up. I don't know. We got to figure out a way to get the.
Look it up at home, guys, if you're interested. Loophole for All.
If you give a shit.
If you want to start a company offshores, it's not only to hide money and avoid taxes or manipulate prices. Sometimes it's hard to hide debt, or sometimes it's hard. Sorry, I've been drinking. Sometimes it's to hide debt, or often to manipulate ownership, to misuse intellectual property, or to insure against high environmental risks. Or probably that goes in tow with itself to have higher environmental risks. After painstaking research, the artist assembled the following list. So it's someone essentially photoshopping certificates that saying that your company is located and based in this offshore country.
For sure illegal.
Is this how offshore bank accounts work?
Probably.
Is it the same fucking thing as having a Swedish bank account?
Well, those are probably actual banks in the Caymans, like with a lot of money, because they're just exempt. Which is crazy too. It's like
I think it's the same fucking thing.
And these all just fucking Photoshop. It's all shaboofery.
Yeah, probably. You can avoid bankruptcy. Bankruptcies in Ireland must wait 12 years before they are discharged from their debts. But in UK, everyone can be free of their debts within 1 year.
Really?
So if you declare bankruptcy and let's say you have a business in Ireland, which is just like fucking, it's right there, right across the way.
Across the pond, as they say.
Yeah, at least from the UK. And you're like, for 99 cents, for less than my pound, I can have a business right across the pond for...
But that even seems like...
And I go bankrupt, I don't have to pay anybody.
That seems like more likely, right? Like, if I was just like, oh, my company's based in Arizona, the government would be like, okay, that makes a little sense.
But you do business out of strictly California?
Yeah, but it's like all my mail gets sent, to a P.O. box in Arizona.
It's the same thing as this. This is exactly what
and
this is
then my
doing.
sister sends me the mail.
This is exactly what this is doing. They're saying reroute your mail to this address on some fucking island that you have no idea where it is.
But do you get the mail, or is it just like...
You reroute it there.
Okay, but after that, do you just let the mail sit in a mailbox, or...
Yes. It just sits there, I'd assume.
What if it's like something really important?
Oh, it's obviously not. Because
See, here's the thing. I would need to sit down with a spokesperson or a salesman for this, because my brain just tears shit apart. It's like, hey, what if A, B, and C happens? And if they don't have answers for those questions, I'm not buying it.
I think if you have those kinds of questions, you're not looking to have, like, this kind of business.
Facts.
This is like...
This is like if you sell pottery on Etsy.
No, this is for, like, billionaire companies. Like, worth probably billions and trillions of dollars.
I disagree. I don't think it'd be loophole for all starting at $1. If it is, maybe it's like it's like a McDonald's
This is probably
brand
set up by the fucking government to catch people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on to you.
You almost snapped your fucking thing in two.
Oh, it'll almost go flat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh, man. That's...
The government works in tricky ways. Go to loopholeforall.com. Over exaggerated wink. I got you. Give me some of
Get caught today. Are you trying to go to prison in a hurry? You want to commit some tax fraud? Well, we have the website for you.
Loopholeforall.com. Steal for only 99 cents. Listed right there on the website.
Start your career in crime today. But wait, there's more.
Have you ever wanted to have your company based in a fucking island in the Caymans?
Which is like, I couldn't even imagine.
I don't even know where that is.
I couldn't even imagine myself at a cocktail party. Like, I hate explaining what I do already for a living.
I have a business on the...
I do sound. Oh, you're like a DJ. No. I'm like, have you ever seen a band perform live? Yeah. Oh, so you're like, what the fuck just got in my mouth?
Pubic hair?
What the fuck is in my mouth?
It looks like a beard hair.
The fuck is that? The fuck is that?
It looks like skin, homie. Or like a shrimp tail.
Oh, I bet you I just inhaled all that Vaseline. Got stuck. Anyway, that was weird. I've been getting crazy bloody noses because of all this weather, all the wind.
It's because you went from a fucking mountain.
And also when I went up to the mountains. But, yeah, all the atmospheric changes fucking with my system, and it's no bueno.
I got beer on my laptop. Continue.
Story of my life. I can't even imagine, like I was saying, like explaining to what I do to people now. They're like, what do? You just set up for the band? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, walk me through it. And I'm like, look, I really appreciate that you're trying to sound interested. But like,
You don't mean it.
you don't mean it. And like, let's be honest, like this is like hearing anyone talk about the process of like fucking osmosis water, reverse osmosis working for Fiji. They're like, I don't really fucking know how it works.
Water
Like-
goes from no water to more water.
Like the absolute truth is like I plug things in and I give my opinion on what I think it sounds like. And like my opinion is so small in the first place that it's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's insignificant in the grand scheme of things. And like I appreciate people like trying to sound interested in my life, but it's like I hate it because like I'll say something and they're like, "Oh, well, what's gain do?" And it's like, I don't want, like, just go watch a YouTube video. That's what I did.
It makes the microphones louder.
Yeah, I watched a YouTube video. It worked out for me. Go watch a YouTube video.
The more gain, the louder. Too much gain is a bad thing.
And that's it. And
YouTube University.
and I couldn't imagine sitting there being like, yeah, I have an audio company. And guess what? It's based in the Cayman Islands.
I own a business. Oh, what does your business do? I don't know.
A lot of tax fraud, actually. Turns out.
It operates in the Caymans.
A lot of theft from the U.S. government.
You could do it too for only 99 cents.
Yeah, and if you're looking to get started today, I have a referral code for you.
It's a fucking
It
pyramid
saves you.
scheme.
It saves you 50 cents on your first illegal business.
On your first license.
It's like, you know what I was thinking about too? Like I said, I just got my car smogged. On the back of my head, it's because my registration's due, and it always says planned and non-operation $27. In the back of my head, I'm like, if I paid planned and non-operation, I can pay $27 for my registration.
And you can't fucking drive your car.
But if I don't get caught, I wonder.
Print out the picture of the sticker that would be for that year. And tape it on.
But I wonder, it's like what's the cross benefit, like the opportunity cost? Like if I pay $27,
That's a good word.
and the ticket's only like $100, I'm saving money, and I can afford to get caught at least twice. You know.
Well, it's also like you can. That's mainly just for leaving it parked in like a driveway or wherever.
I know. I'm just saying, like the
But
way,
like if you only plan on driving like once a month,
sure. But it's like
only at night.
But in my head, it's like the reason I don't do that is because my logical brain kicks in and goes, "Hey, asshole, these things compound."
You drive more than once at night.
Yeah, if you try to do this more than once, you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get fucked.
You could get one of those license plate covers.
And the $27 you pay now, like the money you save buying the product, which is why I'm saying which is why I adopted that whole like spend a little more money, get a better product.
Pay your registration, don't get tickets.
Yeah, because the money you don't spend comes back to you. And the same thing with that is the more you try and avoid those taxes in your company or your business or your whatever offshore Cayman's account, the more you try and avoid that, I promise you, the more the hammer is going to come down on you. I promise.
Well, if it's in like an LLC, then it's not coming down on you, it's coming down on the company. The company would be treated as its own entity.
Okay, but also like
your company just goes bankrupt and ceases to exist.
Yeah, it's at the end of the day, you're losing the car. Your car's getting impounded.
Yeah.
But like what an unnecessary headache for yourself, right?
Another thing it says is that loophole for all is a service to democratize offshore businesses.
Democratize it?
That's what it says.
Democratize it?
Offshore business for people who don't want to pay for their riches. It empowers everyone to evade taxes, hide money in debt, and get away with anything by stealing the identities of real offshore companies.
You're 100% right, bro. The government is behind that. They're like, who do you think? They're like all the entrepreneurs.
That's like every Hitman ad ever.
Okay, so here's the thing. They said democratize.
Yes.
The definition is introduce a democratic system or democratic principle to make something accessible to everybody. I guess it kind of does.
The second definition.
The second definition does kind of fit that. But at the end of the day, it's like
it's buzzwordy.
They're like, you know what this is, bro? Republicans who hate taxes.
Yeah.
They're like, are you sick of living in California, paying out your ass for taxes? You don't want to get a fucking smog check. You don't want to get this. You don't want to get that. Just base your business in the Cayman Islands, and poof, all your taxes are gone. There's no way that's legal. And you know what? You know what? A cursory 10-minute search of saying, like, U.S. laws and regulations for running an offshore company would confirm that. Like,
certificate of incorporation. This person's name is Paolo Sirio, Assistant Registrar of Companies of the Cayman Islands, do hereby certify, pursuant to the company's law, Cap 22, that all requirements of the said law in respect of registration were complied by with Kingston Oil and Refining Ltd., an exempted company incorporated in the Cayman Islands with limited liability with effect from the 21st day of February 2011. Given under my hand and seal at Georgetown in the island of Grand Cayman. So it's basically you're paying someone.
that shit sounds fake as fuck even.
Essentially what you're doing, or you're paying someone over there to say, hey.
To be like, yeah, he lives here.
Yeah.
It's like when someone calls the bar and they're like, have you seen my husband? Never heard of him.
Is so-and-so home?
Yes, he here.
No. Who?
Who?
No, they're not home. Oh, okay.
And if so, that's the business I'd want to be in. I want to be the dude living in the Cayman, scamming these fucking Americans, bro.
Dude, I was watching this Facebook video. It was a full comedian set. His name is Shane. I don't know.
Cool.
I don't remember his last name.
Great name.
His name was Shane.
Awesome name for a comedian.
He was saying that he is his credit score is really bad, and he he had like medical bills or something, and they sent. It was his dentist. He had like an unpaid dental cleaning, and they sent him to.
That's so sad.
And they sent him to collections. And
Bro, it's like $80 for a dental cleaning.
Yeah, he was really down on his luck. He's a comedian. He's covered. He has like neck and face tattoos, so like nowhere's gonna give him a job.
Oh, I think I've seen this one. Yeah, I've seen that guy.
And he was saying that like once they send you to collections, and then they have to someone if you don't, they call you and be like, hey, I'm here to collect money from you. And it's like, okay, well, what are you gonna do if I don't pay? And he's like,
you're gonna break my ankles? You're gonna break my kneecaps?
He was like, well, there's not much I can do, but I can make your credit really bad. And he was like, well, my credit's already shit. So, and you got anything else? And he was like, no.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day, and hung up the phone. And so eventually they sent someone to serve him a notice saying, hey, show up in court and pay this.
Dude, the fact that they went all that trouble, it would have costed more to get the guy to serve a fucking, what are those called?
A subpoena?
A subpoena?
That's what they did.
Hiring someone to serve a subpoena costs more than a fucking dental cleaning, you idiots.
It does. But the thing is, you can't be served unless they can confirm
your name.
That person is who you were serving it to. So someone came up to his door and was like, they had his Facebook profile on a clipboard. I was like, hi, are you Shane? And he's like, who wants to know? Basically, like, who's asking?
This dude was smart, yeah.
And he looks down at the clipboard and he's like, he's clearly looking at him and he's like, no, this isn't. I'm not Shane. Like, what do you want? And he basically just told him like, what are you gonna do? Like,
get your teeth cleaned for free.
What are you gonna do if Shane's not here? So, well, there's really nothing I can do but keep trying.
Yeah,
keep trying to
come back with a mustache. Hello, is you Shane?
It's like, okay, well, so that is effectively how you avoid all not even tax collection, but all debt collection agencies.
Oh, sounds like also getting sued.
Just say that's not you.
Hi, are you Josh?
No. Nope.
Never heard of him.
I mean, you can't be
because there's this murder trial where like, nope,
you
not
can't.
me.
You can't be subpoenaed if you don't admit
to
being. If you don't admit to being that person.
Yeah.
Even if they confirm it, you can't. Like, if they have your picture, you still have to say yes, that is me to be served. So that's cool.
Crazy.
A lot of loopholes for all.
Loophole for me, loophole for you, loophole for all.
For 99 cents, you can have a certificate of incorporation in the Cayman Islands.
That shit still sounds fake as fuck.
It does.
Just the language used in it. It's like one of those like student certificates. Well, like Alec Barden got caught doing a good thing at recess on Monday.
Got caught doing a good thing?
We used to do that at like student of the month. It's like
okay.
I got caught being good. Like
that doesn't sound good. That sounds like a punishment.
No, it was like if your teacher sees you like give a pencil to someone, they give you the little card. You can go cash it in like the student store for some candy or something.
Gotcha.
So it's incentivizing good behavior, basically.
Sounds like a prison.
It is. It's a public school.
My public schools were fun as fuck. I don't know about yours. I had a good ass time in public school.
Not me.
People look at me like I'm a devil for enjoying public school. Even just going to public school. There's the notion that I'm fucking retarded. Albeit, I kind of am.
Albeit,
but
yeah.
They're not wrong, but kind of smart.
Smart
Sometimes. I'm smart when it counts.
I was gonna say, here you are reading off your laptop, Mr. I'm illiterate.
Yeah, barely.
How's it feel to be a liar?
I've only had the Be Now website open for like the entirety of the show.
And you're reading.
I read one thing. I've opened up 2 tabs to look up Lorraine Gross, the daughter of the...
And here you are recalling it, which is the opposite of the fuck, what's it called? Literary incompetence.
Literacy?
Yeah, that you claim to have, sir.
Okay, well...
Are you Joshua Oberzoot?
Who's asking?
Me, I'm suing you for being stupid at reading.
Nope.
Damn it.
What do you call 2 birds that are in love?
Cock hungry.
Remember,
That's a better punchline than yours.
remember,
What are you talking?
this website is meant for like elementary school teachers.
I'd be a really fun elementary school teacher.
You'd be fired day one.
I'd be a really cool high school teacher. What do you call two hungry crows? Cock hungry.
They're called tweethearts.
Fuck tweethearts. Cock hungry is way funnier. I just made one of the best jokes ever, live on the air.
In your opinion? Well, we're not live. Speaking of which, if you watch this show, or
We should just start
doing.
doing it live simultaneously. Why not?
I know I was gonna suggest you want to do it live next time.
Let's just do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. We'll just do it live, and if no one catches on, no one catches on. But like, we'll still post it to YouTube and all the platforms.
Yeah.
But as for now, it's like it almost makes sense because even if no one if 3 people watch, there's still an
Someone will just
average
pop
of
in.
there's still an average of more people watching when it's posted because not everyone can view it live.
Yeah. It's
You
the
know.
same shit.
Yeah, it's as long as it's out there, bro. It's like let's do it. I'm down. And then also, we can set it up so where it's like we can get like the chat, or whatever, like visible, or you can put it on there.
That's mainly why I had the laptop here.
Yeah, I mean
At
that'd be
least on
awesome.
Thursday. So Thursday I did a live show, twitch.tv/2dudes drinking beer.
Oh my god, is that a sneeze or a cough?
That was a cough. I was kind of into the microphone though, so it was so loud. Twitch.tv/2dudes drinking beer. All of our social medias are 2 dudes drinking beer because
2 dudes drinking .beer. By the way, Dane
Instagram.
said that at the end of that license agreement, whatever, when you bought it, they're gonna fuck us with the renewal. Apparently,
I pay monthly.
Oh, well, I know, but after a year, apparently they're gonna fuck us. That's gonna be like $75 to $100 to renew it because it's definitely not been a year yet.
Oh well, WordPress.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know what website we used, but it is what it is.
Oh well, we'll figure that out when we get there. So yeah, we'll go live. 2 dudes drinking beer /twitch.tv backwards. Rib Dragun 2 /
What?
VT.
Also, you wouldn't just say 2 back. Would you say oot?
Okay, sorry. I was just looking at the number.
Reeb Gnickenerd said dudes oot. I'm gonna cut that clip. I want to play it in reverse and just see how close I got.
Not close at all.
It's like 2 dudes drinking beer. It's like I got a fucking insane brain freeze.
Well, you put an S at the end of dudes. You put an S in the front and an S at the end.
I said dudes.
Yeah, you put 2 S's. There's only one in the word.
It's like, did you know the word sedudes is the same frontwards and backwards? Sedudes frontwards and sedudes the other way. It's a palindrome. Sedudes isn't a word. Yes, it is. I watched the 2 sedudes drinking podcast.
The 2 dudes drinking Reeb podcast.
It also occurred to me when I was driving. Like I said, I'm listening to AM radio. It also occurred to me, I was listening to some AM radio, and they're talking about sports and everything. And this lady with this like sweet, sultrous voice was like, "And we'll be back with our broadcast after these messages." And I was like, "Podcast! It sounds like broadcast!" But I don't know where the pod comes from.
iPod, maybe?
Oh, fuck! Ding, ding, ding!
Well, I think podcasts were around before iPods, no?
No, but you're right.
This is why we have a laptop.
It was in the iTunes store. Not iTunes. I guess just iTunes. Like
Etymology. Podcast is a portmanteau, a combination of iPod
it sounds like you're reading backwards still. Etymology. Podcast is an eptimo. Eskimo.
Portmanteau.
Portamento.
Nope, that is incorrect, sir. There's no E before the M. Portmanteau. That's how I said it. You said portamento.
It is portamento.
No, it's not. There's no fucking second E. There's only one. Portmanteau. How I said it.
Okay, so I add an extra E, and you're like,
I said it correct. You are incorrect. Yeah, it's a combination of iPod and broadcast.
Cool. That makes sense.
Invented in 2004.
Jesus.
The iPod's fucking old. When did the iPod come out?
The original iPod's crazy.
They're like the best ones. October 2001.
Yeah, you could get a whole 36 megabytes of music onto it. It was great.
The fucking big ass bricks? No, you can. They had like 256 gigs.
Not the first ones.
The big ass brick ones they did, yeah.
Pull it up. The first one?
Yeah.
Let's see.
It launched with 5 to 10 gigabytes.
Yeah. I remember when I was in 8th grade, they got to 250, but that was like before they moved everything to just iPhone. They don't even do iPod. They don't do iPod Touch anymore, do they? They don't. Do they even do iPods anymore? What are iPod sales? What the fuck happened to iPod?
This is why we have a laptop. What do iTouch? iPod Touch. Apple. We're going to the Apple website.
I guess. Yeah. I guess.
$200. Fuck that.
I guess for your kids.
Get them a fucking iPad. It's the same shit.
But it is. It really is everything but the phone call.
You're
right?
gonna have your fucking kids looking at this tiny ass screen all the way this close to the fucking screen. Just get them an iPad, and at least they'll be right here.
Ooh. Save your kids' eyes.
Yeah, watch TV from far away.
I heard the distance you look at your iPhone or whatever doesn't actually hurt your. It doesn't actually damage your sight. It just strains your sight.
Oh, yeah, the blue light. Blue light's bad for you.
Yeah, but there was like an eye doctor on TikTok or whatever saying like, it's all bullshit.
You're listening to TikTok information?
I see the TikTok highlights on Instagram. I still haven't cared enough to go to TikTok. I will eventually. I figured it's gonna help promote the album and all that, but until I need to, I don't want to.
You still are the last one with friend group to have not have an account.
It's all good.
They adapted messaging to it, iMessage. Mine didn't have that back in the day. Or I might have, and I just never used it.
iMessaging for sure was on there. I remember having it.
I just wasn't cool enough, I guess.
Can I get another beer?
Of course.
I mean, how the $200? How much?
$199.
How much memory? Because those are like the two most important things. It's like
256.
megabytes, or gigabytes.
Gigs.
Oh, that's a lot. I mean, compared to
That's more than my phone. My phone
way more than my phone.
phone is 64.
Yeah, mine was like you'd buy an iPod and it's like you have 8 or 16 gigs, and then iPhones was like 32, 64, and then after I graduated high school, it was like everything had to be 150 and above. Do they have the iPod Classic still? Are those still a thing?
The bricks?
Yeah.
No. I mean, they don't make them, but you can still buy them from like eBay or some shit.
From somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the original.
The 5 gigabyte. See, this isn't the one I'm talking about.
Well, that's the first one.
Okay, sure, but that's not the one I'm talking about. The one it was a full slider. It had no buttons, but it was a brick.
Oh, you're thinking about Zune.
Nope, not even that one. No, not Zune's. It wasn't that one. It didn't have buttons on
one's
the
cool.
front.
That's when those are the Nanos. Those are the first Nanos. I remember that. 8th grade. Mikey Gomez. Shout out Mikey. Shared his red iPod Nano with me. We listened to music. We listened to old school hip hop.
It looked like this one.
Those are pretty standard, but those aren't the new ones. That 2005. Those were like when they started looking nice, you know?
Yeah.
It's so crazy, bro. I look at those and I'm like getting like flashbacks and shit. I used to look at iPod pictures as a kid being like, I want one.
It was probably this one, the 80 gigabyte iPod in 2006.
Yeah. Yeah, with the new shuffle for the activewear or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the next Nano should be the square one for movies and shit. That's the one I had.
Oh, 2007, the iPod Touch, the iPod Nano.
Touch. The next one should be the square Nano. Oh, no. And then it's the curved one, and then the square one. Right, that's the iPod Touch again, and then iPhone.
They don't show pictures for all of them, but
Mine was the little square one that you could play movies on, which was cool. But
I know which one you're talking about.
yeah, but yeah, man, I remember like the iPod was like the one thing I knew I had to have, bro. Like I just needed to listen to some music. And everyone else at school had like a fucking iPhone already with all their music loaded on it and touch grind. I was so jealous.
Touch grind fucking sucked.
It did. It still does, but like
Terrible game.
it's like you pay $5 for it. Yeah, that's the one.
That little tiny one.
Yeah, I used to have that one. The Chode Pod.
I had that one too. I had a lot of these actually. At least.
You do the Apple.
I could not. Yeah, Nick had one of these. At least one of them. He got the big iPod.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember
Those are sick, but I could never fill one up. Like even as a kid, I only had I had the 8 gigabyte, and I didn't even fill it up until after high school because it was like
the one that had 80 gigs. That's a lot. It's all music.
it's a lot of music.
No pictures.
Well, you could do movies and stuff on those too. Like I remember if you another thing they advertised was like if you're ever on a long flight, like watch a movie on your iPod. And then the iPod Touch came out, and it's like this is better than watching on that. And it's like it got fed to us real subtle. Like they figured it out.
Yeah, I remember he was playing like fucking
Brick Breaker and Snake.
No, he was playing like a rhythm game on it, like kind of like
Really?
Touch Revenge. But yeah, it was just using.
Oh, on an iPod Touch?
No, not an iPod Touch. One of the bricks.
No way, really?
That's how I remember something. It wasn't an iPod Touch, but it was like a weird rhythm game. But it was like
I've never seen a rhythm game on one of those. Those are the classics.
It could just be a warped
Memory.
memory I have
Mm-hmm.
because that's really easy to do.
Mm-hmm. Because the only things that came preloaded on those things was like Parachute, Snake, and Solitaire. And I'm pretty sure any other game they had was like black and white Nokia status for those, even though it was like the classic one.
Which is how you do it.
Yeah, that one might have had something on there because I remember those ones, those Nanos,
They had fucking color.
the curved ones. Yeah, the ones with the color. I remember those also had movie compatibility too.
And then you get the iPod Touches.
Mm-hmm. And then iPod Touch, and then
What
fucking
the fuck
iPhone
did they
just-
do to it?
Is that the current one?
No, that's 2012. That's the what the
I never
fuck?
saw those.
This year brought some changes. Yeah, it did. What the fuck? The U2 special edition iPod?
Also, thanks for the free album nobody wanted.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
Yeah, because nobody wanted it.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, sorry. I was like, what the fuck is this? What's in my couch?
That's me.
What are you doing, Step Couch?
So this website only goes until like what 2015. The best iPod Touch yet.
Well, yeah, I couldn't imagine them trying to update. I couldn't imagine them needing to update iPod Touch again. Plus, I already saw it had the A10 chip, so it's like that's still pretty recent. Like the A10 chip's better than the one in this phone.
Get fucked. You might as well just get an iPod Touch instead of getting a new phone.
And just sticking with the
You don't
fucking
even need
iMessage
You don't need
services.
to pay a phone line. You just use Wi-Fi because there's Wi-Fi
Yeah,
everywhere.
and that's the thing too. I'm pretty sure you could do Wi-Fi calling now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Just let me drive down to the Starbucks and give you a call.
Yeah. I mean, we just canceled cable, so we only have internet now.
Yeah, is it better internet?
It's more stable so far.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, was it through the same provider? Was your Wi-Fi through?
Yeah. So the plan we had was a legacy plan that was 500 up, 500 down.
It was terrible though. You never got that.
No, because they don't offer that anymore. They offer 200, 400, or a gig, like 966.
That's it?
Yeah, that's what they offer now.
That's nothing.
It's pretty average.
A gig
Yeah.
of internet.
Up and down, yeah.
No. Okay, like
Gigabit internet is the fastest internet you can get now.
okay. I was thinking you were saying like you know how you have
Like data caps?
yeah.
No.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
No, 200 up, 200 down, 400
That
up,
shit
400
better roll
down,
over.
Gig up, gig down.
Got it.
But that's
But you can't even.
that's fiber optics.
I was like, you can't even do that.
Really, nowhere gets that. It's super.
Yeah.
It's not rare, but your city has to build it.
That's like L.A. only in like a few parts of L.A.
Yeah. That's why Google Fiber, when they announced, like Google was giving internet, it was a really big thing. You can still check like what cities are gonna get Google Fiber, and Texas already has it. I want to go to Texas just for the internet because
Is it free? Or?
it's free.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Google Fiber's free.
Here's the thing, bro. I'd honestly feel like comfortable if Google was one of those companies who's just like, we're taking over.
Go ahead.
I'd be like, do I still get Google Docs? They're like, yeah, keep it. It's free. I'm like, oh, fuck yes. Thanks, dude. Like, honestly, Google, take the wheel, man. It's all you.
Go ahead. They already know all your secrets.
Yeah, go. Yeah, you have my permission because I know you will blackmail the fuck out of me.
So you can get Google
There's
Fiber.
like 4 dots on that map.
You can get it
1,
in
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
o-
There's
o-
12 cities in the country.
Only the white ones.
12 cities in the country.
Yeah, and it's all in the
What the fuck?
in the lower half. So like Atlanta, Austin, Charlotte, Huntsville,
Big cities.
both Kansas cities, Nashville, Orange County. So go to Orange County if you want it in California. Provo, Utah, San Antonio, Texas, Salt Lake City, the Triangle, North Carolina, and West Des Moines, Iowa. It's coming soon. So they're rolling it out. It's gonna be. You have to redo like the cabling in the entire fucking city
Yeah, I've always wondered, like,
to lay down the fiber.
how much does it
optics.
cost to, like, tear up the roads and shit? Because I've definitely seen people, like, setting aside, like, road work and everything, and then, like, walking the street the next day, and it's, like, AT&T wire, and they say, like, remove or whatever, like, shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
there's really just a bunch of cables underneath the ground.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like the
That's
underwater
how you get
cable
internet. Yeah.
that you guys were talking about that I say is not used as much, but because it's not
The what? Oh, the underwater.
the underwater internet,
Hmm.
which is it's still there.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
just not heavily relied on
it's just-
anymore.
the reason.
Because that was the first fucking ones to connect
Hmm.
transcontinental.
Isn't that so crazy?
communication. Just goes under the fucking internet. And crabs walking on it.
Well, it's like sharks were attacking it too, or whatever, at one point.
Yeah, because animals are fucking dumb.
It's so crazy, like that's what it was. And then it's the same thing. Like when you drive past let's say you saw a Starbucks, like you see a McDonald's get closed down, and you're like, what? Everyone always asks, like, why don't they just tear it down? And I'm like, you have to pay someone to do that.
It's also like business space. Someone else might want to buy that space.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, do you want to use that cable for something else, or do you want to just remove the cable? Because like, it's probably more efficient to just use the cable as something else, like a direct line between Putin and the United president. You know,
of course.
and then they could play like solitaire or Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever they like to play with each other.
It
Like,
just takes like 3 minutes for a movie. To be made, so,
Yeah.
they play chess.
or whatever. And they're like, we could do that, but if we remove it, we could recycle it. So, but the thing is, to recycle it, it's going to cost you like $5 million for me and all my crew to like remove it over the span of like, let's say a year. It takes us a year to remove it.
Because, I mean, you got to send something down there to pick it up.
Totally. And it's deep.
Because really, they just had it on a boat and just kind of boated out.
Mm-hmm.
And just
It's big too.
it's
It's
just
like,
falling.
yeah, it's like you could hug it.
Probably crushed some things on the way.
For sure.
Fucking animals got caught underneath it.
Mm-hmm. That'd be really crazy though if we left it there. Humankind comes to an end, and then like
I'm getting a signal.
intelligent life spawns again, and like
What is
they're
this
like
2G they have?
they're like, we need oil, and it's like they got someone digging because it's all like no oceans anymore, and they're like "Zzz." Like Gregory died. I don't know why they still have like our names, but like they do, and they're like, he just got shocked, and it's like fucking Verizon. Dude, that'd make a good movie if it's like people like discovering life and like all that, and then they realize like, oh shit, like what are all these cables, and they think it's like an alien kind of planet, but the truth is it's just a previous
Who is Google?
yeah, Galoo. who like, are we on like a planet being spot on by aliens, and this is like, this is all just created, and it turns out it's just like, oh shit, some countries like nuked each other, killed all the life on the world. Like, could you imagine that?
After Daddy Musk sends us all to Mars.
That's why Daddy Musk is doing what he's got to do.
I was watching that podcast I was showing you where the people argue about politics. It was like the 8 different people. I was watching
That's
that.
annoying.
I saw it in its entirety from start to finish
Why?
because it was interesting.
It's rough.
It is rough.
It's rough to watch.
But they were talking about, there was, I guess, recently in the news there was something about allowing legislation to not allow trans people compete in sports, which is a whole other thing.
Well, do you want to talk about that for a second? Because the picture I sent you was of the transgendered athlete who was born a male, transitioned to being female, joined the women's UFC league, and is now broken 4 skulls.
Yeah. It's definitely an issue in like combat sports, but they're mainly talking about like team sport or just sport in general.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like sports in general, it should be. If there's a men's league and there's a women's league, maybe there should be a trans league.
Sure. I mean, also women's and men's leagues exist for a reason because scientifically, men are stronger than women. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. It's just saying like, how do you protect people, right? It's not like
100%.
it's not like a stance of saying they don't belong in the sport or anything. It's just it's a saying of, I've seen 4 people's skulls get crushed in.
It's for the benefit of the athletes.
To where their careers are now over. Those women are now out of a career. They cannot
100%.
fight anymore.
There's also like, I believe it was a joke, but there was a rapper who beat the women's deadlifting record because he switched to being a woman for like a day, beat the deadlifting record, and then switched back to a dude.
But that's called gender fluid, you know. And it's like, well, do you want to start
But he did it as a meme.
Sure, but it's like that's where you get into like the deep waters, right? Of like, do we start a league for like people who are like there's got to be a word for it, like just LGBTQ plus or whatever, or do you have one for every gender that people are saying exists?
These hands are rated E for everyone.
These hands matter.
It's definitely something that they were talking about on the show I was watching, a lot about team sports and how it should be like completely not a non-factor for like combat sports, where like if you were a woman, you're fighting in the women's league. It doesn't matter what you are now, because one, that's just unfair.
What gender you're assigned at birth or whatever.
Yeah, or you just don't do combat sports. Because there was 2 people on the panel that are transgender, and one of them did kickboxing. And she was like, I can't compete anymore because I used to be a dude, and so now I can only teach it. They won't let me compete. Which is like, I mean, if you really want to, then you can make a case for it, but...
And you know what's so crazy is I told you there's that UFC fighter who was born a woman, is a woman, and her testosterone levels just naturally are higher.
There was an Olympic athlete like that.
They had to give her pills to get her estrogen higher than her testosterone. I think that's also fucked up. Like, that's just how she is.
The Olympic athlete couldn't compete anymore because you're like, you have too much testosterone naturally occurring. We can't allow you to compete at all.
And surely if you can say, I was born with a male's body, but I identify as a woman because I was born in the wrong body. Surely you could be born into a woman's body and just be a woman with high testosterone. That's luck. That's good genetics at that point. If you're a fighter, a basketball player, then let that career flourish. Let her do her.
And you could be a dude with low testosterone too.
And you could be a dude with low testosterone. I'm not saying put those people in a cage match. I'm just saying like,
but like it definitely puts you on the lower end of like the men's bracket.
Sure. Like, I mean,
you're on the higher end of the women's bracket and you're on the lower end of the men's bracket.
Sure, but like to say it's like to say you can't fight because of your testosterone level has never happened in a UFC fight.
No, UFC is
for on the men's side. Yeah. On the women's side, it has happened, saying you have to take estrogen supplements to be more feminine, even though you're born that way. When someone can transition, take estrogen, still have the bone density of a male, the muscular structure of a male, and beat the shit out of these women. And get away with it and not have to, I mean, what do you do? What do you do? It seems so fucked to me.
All of this...
It's messy.
It's not new stuff. It's been around for a while. but it's more coming into like the main, not the mainstream, but like it's getting more light shed on it.
It's for sure now.
It's more popularized,
Yeah,
because it gives people something to talk about.
It's definitely on the front line of society, because
people, they grab something that's onto it and they make it their cause. This is now,
and there's a lot of causes out there right now.
This is now someone's cause. To make it sounds pretty fucking shitty, because it's been around, it's been a thing, it's important to these groups of people, but now it's been the focus because it's a real fucking thing. It matters to people.
Mm-hmm.
These women that have been, do you call them victims? They've had their skulls broken by a former dude. Unfortunate competitors.
I think I think it's a little early to say. I think it's a little early to victimize them, but as time goes on, I think the picture will get more clear as whether they were victimized. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
If it really was just a man trying to get into a league to dominate,
these
or
unlucky competitors.
Yeah, it's an unbalanced. It's like, yeah, it needs a patch update. It's like the game's not finished. It needs an update.
It's regulated, but it's unregulated.
It's regulated, but
not enough.
But not for this issue, right?
Yeah. It's also like, how many trans athletes are there, and how many of them want to compete? So you can't really have your own trans league if there's not enough people to participate. So where do the ones who want to participate? You
got to remember, it's like the CFC. At the end of the day, it's like, at the end of the day, if there's no funding for it, if there's no money behind it, if no one's watching it,
it's not going to last.
It's not going to go. It's not going to have success.
Then you have all these athletes that have nowhere to go,
but who are trans and enjoy their hobbies, or you know, the careers,
or just left to teach classes,
or the sports. Yeah, it's really messy, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I obviously, I don't know the answer, because I'm not in that world.
There is no answer right now, at least.
But it's one of those things. Like, I would love to be a part of the solution. I would love to like be in that think tank or that group if I knew more about fighting and like the.
It's not even just all fighting. It's all sports.
Yeah, but all sports would probably be different, right? Because baseball could probably be just women in baseball. Like, if you're a good baseball player, then be a good baseball player. You made it in the major leagues. But fighting is like, I see the violence on the women's side. I'm like, that's uncomfortable for me to view, because it's like, I feel like that's just abuse.
Well, they barely have the first female football player, and she's just a kicker.
Yeah.
In a college league.
Yeah.
It goes to all sports.
If that's the kicker they want,
baseball can be contact. They can fucking intentionally pitch the ball and hit her, just because she's a woman.
They could. And that woman could rush the mound, you know, and clear the benches.
And then she may get fucked up.
She might.
You know, if you do
I'm not a betting man.
If you do it to one sport, you have to do it to all of them.
Joe Rogan said, "I'm not a betting man, but if it was between me, my wife, and my kids, put your money on me. I fuck those kids up."
Oh, Joe.
I'll fuck them up. I love them, but I'll kick the shit out of them.
How old are his kids?
I don't know.
I imagine like 12.
Like 12, yeah. They got to be at least 12. But like, I love that, right? Because it's like Joe Rogan's like one of the most like kind of open-minded, like
11 and 9.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Open-minded, like level-headed dudes. And it's like, here's the thing, right? Like, I have that comedian mindset of like, I'm not saying these issues don't exist, but my mind immediately jumps to like irony and fallacies and like, how can I make this funny? And that might be a character flaw of mine, you know, because a lot of people want me to take things seriously.
Why are you making a joke out of my problems?
Yeah, want me to take things seriously that, you know, resonates deeply with them, and I understand that. But at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like I could argue that video we made for that school shooting thing, right? I felt like at the end of the day, even though it was insensitive...
Sheds light on the subject.
Yeah, even though it was insensitive and admittedly tone deaf, for sure at the time because we did it rather quickly. Oh, you got a little
What's that? Hello?
butt dial.
Sounds like it.
Cool.
That was my dad. I got butt balled by my father.
And it was tone deaf at the time.
Oh no, he's actually calling me. What? Hello? Hello?
So send him a text. Honk twice if you need help.
Did your FedEx truck get hijacked?
I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like I could always argue like it's to shed light on it. And using humor as a tool to cope with, personal trauma or hardship, many people do that. And, maybe it opens a door for someone to say, maybe I can see the bright side of things,
Mm-hmm.
And my mind goes into like, how can this be funny? And I get that makes a lot of people upset. But it's like, I think that's like the Joe Rogan attitude. Is like, I would never hit my wife. But if it came down to it, like, I beat the fuck out of her. Like, there's no question I would win that fight,
Yeah.
And it's like, we recognize the disparity. We recognize the gap. I don't know what the answer is to fix it or solve it, but at the end of the day, it's like joking about it can give a certain lighthearted tone to things, to where it's also like
It can if done correctly.
absolutely, and that's where comedy gets in those gray areas, right? Because a lot of people are like, that's just fucking slander, and realistically, it's like an artist painting a picture in a new style. People don't like it at first, but eventually someone's gonna resonate with it.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing goes with comedy and movies and music. Is like eventually, one day people are gonna be like, "Oh wow, that really fucked the game up." Like that Beethoven's Fifth. Wow, like that was crazy. That's the Baroque era. Everyone was like, "Your music is shit. It's broken. It's not gonna work." And then hip hop, they're like, "Hey, no one really gives a shit about what's happening in the streets." And then it turns out people did. It's one of those things.
I
Like,
still do.
yeah, it's like people are trying new things. You can't stop it. So it's not. I'm not saying don't fight it, but it's like learn to recognize when someone's really, like, know who the enemy really is. It's like learn when someone's really attacking your core beliefs, and you gotta ask yourself: is someone attacking my beliefs? Are they gonna do damage to it, or are they just lashing out? You know what I'm saying? Like, if someone started spewing hate speech, is it just someone who's like crazy on meth, in LA? They're all over the place. Is it someone who's in power, who's got influence on the country? Maybe that's a good place to draw the line,
Mm-hmm.
And those are the things I think that are getting misconstrued. Everyone sees someone say something or do something, they attack it. They're like the white blood cell effect. It's like, I don't care what it is. It's against what I think should be here, and I want to get rid of it. But you got to let it at least hang out. Let it evolve and grow, because it's like one of those things, like, if the CFC doesn't work out, it's not because it didn't have any funding. It clearly has a good chunk of money to get started. But it also, if it doesn't stick around, it's not going to stick around because it didn't have longevity like football or baseball or UFC. It didn't just hold enough interest. But you can't just try and shut it down because you don't like it at first.
Gotta give it a chance.
You gotta give it some room to breathe.
You gotta watch Johnny Manziel throw 50-yard bombs on Saturdays.
You gotta let it evolve a little bit.
Gotta let that woman beat the shit out of some dude.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, why not do that? Why not be like, hey, we know you're the best all-time woman league fighter. How do you feel about going against,
I mean, if they're in the same weight class,
Sure,
go ahead. Like a flyweight and
sure.
like a
I'd be cool with that fight. But that's
if
the
they
thing,
both
is like,
weigh 110 pounds, Go for it.
But that's the thing. Even when I'm saying like we're sitting here on those podcasts, we're wasting the last 10 minutes doing nothing. We're having you drink.
We're not.
We're not anymore. We're having you drink alone live on a podcast. We're trying those.
I had fun though.
We're trying those things because it's like, why not? We need to do something, and not changing anything. And like the sad thing is, I learned this at McDonald's. I was like, every fucking month they have something new. Every fucking month they had a new product.
There's always a promotion.
There's always something new. And I was like, why the fuck is every month something brand new?
Remember when they took away dollar drinks?
Yes, everyone lost their shit. They're all dollars now still, I'm pretty sure.
Now, yeah.
I'm sure it's stuck that way.
Part of the $1, $2, $3 menu.
Yeah, I'm sure it's stuck that way. But it's one of those things like, you're not going to progress unless you at least try something new.
Even if it fails.
Even if it fails, you know it fails, right? So
you
like
have that data to go off of.
Exactly. It's the fucking simulation thing I talked about. Like, we're trying to learn how to fucking walk. We're trying to learn how to live together as people.
And if people want to start changing people, then you have to adapt to it. It's going to happen later.
It's going to happen.
Sooner or later.
So,
whether it be right now, I had... So one of my assignments, I only did one of them. I didn't want to do the other because time... And I got bored. This last school week,
fuck it all.
I took a side bench. I didn't want to do it. I took a week off. It's only the third week. I took a week off. Did you finish your second one before I did?
No, I'm about to, though. These are really good.
Oh, I was going to say, like, the roles are reversed. But I had to watch one of 4 videos and write a reaction paper to it. So I chose Joe Biden's election, or his inauguration. I had to watch his inauguration. He kept talking about, like, we're going to heal this nation through unity. And so because it's my reaction, I'm like, Joe said this. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not in this lifetime. Because
it takes time.
There's fucking been 200 years of racism and there's still racial inequality. And he said, like, we're trying to get rid of, like, racial injustice in these 4 years. And I'm like, dude, that's a pretty bold fucking statement for you to make.
What's everyone's motto? Set realistic goals.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, as snarky and smartass as that comment sounded,
it's like, realistic.
It's realistic. Like, I know a lot of people who would be like, "Hey, like, but you need faith and hope," and I'm like, "Yeah, but it's also like you need realism and like a plan."
4 years isn't that much fucking time.
It's not a lot. 8 years. Let's give them both presidencies. Fuck it. Who cares?
He's still not gonna do it.
You can't do it.
He's gonna be dead before it happens.
You're telling everyone in the world, "Hey, be cool," and everyone's gonna go, "You know what?
Yeah."
Joe Biden's my man." That's not going to happen.
Flip of a switch. He was like, if you don't agree with me, go ahead. Do it. But please don't let it divide us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, well, first of all, that's not going to happen. Half the country fucking hates you already just because of you
Trump.
existing.
Yeah.
And it's like, the idealism is so strong because... That's just how it is. People have these fucking ideas and they're like, I'm going to get this done.
They want to fight for it.
I'm going to get this done in 4 years. I'm the best president ever. And they look like fucking...
Second to Abraham Lincoln.
They're doofy sending off like, I'm the best. And meanwhile, Joe's going to get forgotten in like 100 years. No one's going to know who fucking Joe Biden was in 100 years. Our country's not even going to survive in 100 years.
No, probably not.
Everyone's going to be dead in 100 years.
I think within the next 100 years, we'll need to restructure the democracy.
We just need to get rid of a two-party system.
Here's the thing. It's not a two-party system, right? It's like...
There's like 4 currently, but it's
so
branched over
here's
2.
Here's the thing. So what I was taught in my... granted, most of my classes just intros to this class, but like I learned a lot. At least I thought I did. If you have 4 parties, did you ever watch American Idol?
Yeah.
Were you ever aware of the David Archuleta effect?
No, but didn't he win?
Yeah, so basically there was 3 candidates. 2 of them were named David, one of them was someone else. I forget.
Kelly Clarkson was from American Idol too.
One of those people got voted off. And all of this David's fan base went to this David. And he blew this woman out, even though this guy was in 3rd place of the votes last week or whatever. They went from this David to this David. So they called it the David Archuleta swing.
But really, the fans don't vote for the people. the judges on the show do. Simon Cowell, Paul Abdul, and
Yeah, realistically, that is how it happened. But
Randy.
that is how it happened. But essentially, it's saying I have these 3 picks.
Yes.
Let's say it's just Democrat, Republican, Independent. 3 different parties, right? It's not a 2-party system. Let's say I really want Kanye West to win.
Yeah.
But Kanye West doesn't win. Let's just say he got 1% of the votes.
Mm-hmm.
And these were each tied 49-51. That 1% has to go somewhere. So next election cycle,
I mean,
well, let me just finish this thought.
okay, go ahead.
Next election cycle, when Kanye is not running, they're going to say, I voted for Kanye last year. I voted for an independent party last year. Even though I was super in line with all these beliefs, it feels like a waste of a vote. So I'm going to vote for the party that represents closest to what I think. I disagree with that entirely. I want to go back to a classic republic where it's every vote counts.
100 people in a group.
100 people in a group. If 51 of those people say we're eating pizza for dinner,
We're having fucking
you're
pizza.
having fucking pizza.
Now, what the toppings are is for y'all to decide.
But that's what I'm saying is like, I think that would be the best way.
Dismantling the party system.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Okay, so to be clear, I'm just arguing the fact that it's not a 2-party system.
No, but
I am actually saying it's a multi-party system. But
There-
do I still want to get rid of that system?
there's there's 2 and the other guys.
There's the 2 big ones.
There's Green and
There's Tom Brady and Brett Favre, 2 people everyone knows, and then there's other quarterbacks.
There's a whole bunch of other parties.
There's a lot of other quarterbacks.
But it's mainly just Green, Independent, and who the fuck... I believe the fucking Whigs are still one, too.
Are they really?
Something like that.
Probably, but at the end of the
There's
day,
the Tea Party, but they just fall under Republicans.
and that's the thing. Like, I don't want to make it seem this is my dilemma. Like, as a human, I see that fallacy of like it's not a 2-party system. Don't call it a 2-party system because I know like it's not. But at the end of the day, do I want to get rid of that? Yes, I do want to get rid of that system and replace it with a republic. I do not support that system. I want the classic republic in place. But I am saying, like, don't call it a 2-party system because at the end of the day, that's not accurate. And I don't think you're going to have that system be replaced unless you have an accurate debate about it and understand that there is independents and Whigs and Green Party and all those other parties that actually are legitimate. I don't think it's safe to call our system a 2-party system because that's what that's doing is saying ignore those other parties.
And you have extremists, conservatives, moderates,
even communists. And
Even communists.
I'm saying don't discredit those other parties because I value them even though they don't get recognized. I think the best way to recognize it is make everyone vote on a policy saying, hey, Democrats and Republicans want this, which is the popular vote versus the electoral college.
So really, just what we do now, just take a party out of it.
I'd want to say replace Congress with the people because it's like...
For the people, by the people.
Yeah, because...
You're a libertarian.
Is that it?
Trash.
Really?
Yeah. That's for the people, by the people.
But I'd say, because there's 300
But they're still
people...
represented by other people.
That's what I'm saying. There's 300 people in Congress voting for the presidency.
Congress is only 200.
I thought it was... Can you look it up? I thought it was 300.
Congress is 2 per each state.
Not per each state. I know California has like 7.
That's the House of Representatives. They have more. Congressmen are 2 per each state. 2 senators for each state.
All right. Well, it's something like that, but it's complicated, right? You know what's funny? I think a good analogy is my brother works at Mercedes-Benz as a technician, and he said that the more you over-design a car, he said German engineering is great. Mercedes-Benz is
Top of the line.
a really great machine.
I heard they drive like shit, though.
But when you have a bunch of computers, like saying this computer's faulty, this computer's faulty, this computer's faulty, and that computer is just there to monitor computers, that's where it gets complicated because one of those computers goes out and a chain of them all of a sudden don't work. He said Hondas and the Japanese models you were talking about, like Nissan, are the best cars because it's just an engine.
Just a dude smoking a cigarette.
It's just an engine. It's got no computer making sure it works. It's just an engine, and it's going to work until you go
It's no Jetta faking emissions to pass smog.
Yeah, it's just gonna, when the engine doesn't work, it's just gonna not work. But Mercedes has a bunch of computers monitoring and changing how it interacts based on the snow, based on the temperature.
Well, doesn't that also come with like the cost of the vehicle? Like if you pay $80,000 for a car, it's going to come with all this fancy tech.
It does, but all the fancy tech is what makes it need maintenance and repairs more
Because you
often.
can buy like an $80,000 Nissan.
You're
You can buy like a GTR.
You're essentially saying, I have an engine with 200 pieces, and Mercedes is saying, I have an engine with 200,000 pieces. 200,000 pieces, just even statistically speaking, is more likely to break or lose something.
That's a lot.
There's more of it to replace than in a Honda engine with 200 pieces. And on top of that, it's computer wear, right? So it's software.
Yeah.
So now you don't just need a technician, you need a fucking coder.
You got updates.
You got updates. You know, it's you're making the thing so big and so grandiose that it's of course going to introduce new problems because you're only introducing new shit all the time.
I have updates on my GPS, but I have to go in and get a new SD card for it. I'm not going to fucking do that. It's like $200.
For roads you'll probably never drive.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Not needed. I got a phone for that.
Exactly.
That's free.
And it's just that simple, you know, anecdote of like the more people we have trying to say this is the right thing, and having that kind of pull is going to make it more complicated. And now I know I'm saying everyone should vote, but also you could abstain or whatever. Like, I'm just saying, I think I'd be more inclined to vote if I knew it was a classic republic, or like if we replaced the electoral college with just like the popular vote.
If the options are pizza and burgers and you wanted hot dogs, you're probably not going to vote for either.
Think of it like this, though. If I was like, we can have pizza or hot dogs. Let's just say there's 5 people in this room, right?
Yeah.
We just need a majority, 3 to 2.
Yeah.
For dinner. I'm like, pizza or hot dogs? We can go pizza. Let's just say 4 people vote for pizza, right? We get pizza.
Yep.
Let's say we're here and there's still 5 pizza. And I go, we could have pizza, hot dogs. There's a McDonald's down the street. There's a Wendy's. There's a Topper's Pizza. There's a Carl's Jr.
There's too many fucking options.
There's this. And I was like, let's vote. Everyone can vote for one thing.
Yeah, it's too many fucking options.
And I'm like, well, how do you divide? Okay, so like, let's say there's 2 pizza places. So do you want like a Domino's or a Topper's? Okay, let's say.
I'm sorry. I gotta pee.
Okay, so I'll rant.
Tell the people.
Let's say there's a Domino's or a Topper's. If we choose pizza, essentially what we're saying is, if we choose pizza, would you rather go to a Domino's or Topper's? Everyone says Topper's. Domino's is off the table. Now we're still left with 6 options, and we gotta fucking weigh all these down. And by the time you get to like 2 or 3, someone goes, I don't know. Domino's actually has good, you know, pasta bowls or chicken wings or whatever it is. That makes it complicated. And I understand. It's just winner. It's a winner take all system already. It should be a winner take all system just based on popular vote. So if we all vote, if 20% of the population votes for a party, and every other vote only gets 1, 5, 3, 8%, and 20% is the most, then that's the majority. That's what it should be in favor of. The 2-party system, in quotations, for those listening, that Josh talked about doesn't exist, but it is like an illusion because it presents itself as only those 2 options, when realistically there are more. And it just adds those computers saying, hey, double check this engine pressure. Hey, let's make this engine a little more complicated than it realistically needs to be, because everyone knows we can get an airplane to fly, no problemo. But when people start needing Wi-Fi or assisted controls, like on the new 747 B Max, whatever, the ones that are crashing, like they added computers and they added all those systems in place to make it better, and it fucking killed hundreds of people. They could have kept it simple. There was no need to progress these things except for they wanted to sell more airplanes.
I I mean, you need a couple casualties to test out your product to make sure it actually works.
Which is what I'm saying. People gonna die if we change it to a republic.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's okay.
People are already dying now in a democracy. So
Yeah. What do we got to lose? Let's try something new.
What's the fucking loss?
A democracy is like, that's the thing. We have a democratic republic. And I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all. It's not
the elected officials that ruin it. It's also the lobbying and special interest groups that ruin it too.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, the system got bigger and bigger, and now it's just way too fucking complicated.
Yeah, it needs a hard reset. And every time we've talked about it, we always say it needs a reset. But is that going to happen in our lifetime? No. No.
It's going to crumble before it does, and that's the thing. It's this thing. It's what you've seen with the Roman Empire. It's what you've seen with the Constantinople Empire. Genghis Khan.
That's basically the Roman Empire.
I know. I just knew that Constantinople was a leader at one point.
The Persian Empire.
Genghis Khan, the Mao Dynasty, the Ying Dynasty,
the Ping Dynasty.
They all fall, and that's the thing. We need to learn how to learn how to embrace leadership, knowing and understanding that it's going to fail at some point.
We also just need to learn how to shut the fuck up.
A lot of us do, yeah.
Because, yes, what really fucks us up is we have all these freedoms, right? I'm not saying take any freedoms away because that's unconstitutional.
Freedoms in quotes or rights in quotes?
Both in quotes.
Both.
We have all these freedoms. Like, we have the freedom of speech. You can say whatever the fuck you want. You're entitled to your own opinion. That's neither of the two. That's not a freedom or a right. It's just something you have here living in America.
Yeah, even if it wasn't written down on a scrap of paper, I'd tell you what I think. You know what I'm saying?
We have like 300 million people. Not all of us agree on the same shit. People think wildly different things. There's a very large spectrum.
Apparently, I'm libertarian.
Apparently. Learn something new every day. It's okay. I am too. I've been one for a while. Found out from one of my ex-girlfriend's dads. He was like,
sweet.
He was super conservative. He was like, oh, you're a libertarian. I was like, I guess. I don't fucking know.
And that's the thing,
I'm a
too.
kid working at McDonald's.
And that's the thing, too. Like, I'm not even trying to have any, like, label on it. I'm just trying to fucking solve life, you know?
You're not too serious. We don't know what we are yet.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm casually libertarian.
I just think this just makes sense in my head. I'm not shit. You asked me what I thought. I told you what I thought. Damn, chill.
Yeah. You just happen to fall under a specific group.
Yeah, you in a group you exist. You think exist and put me in.
Yeah. It's because I believe the same things.
So I cut you off. Go ahead.
And I was put into that group. But like, there's so many different fucking people with all these different fucking ideas, and no one's gonna agree to the same shit because we have. I think this is where the founding fathers went wrong. In making all
you just triggered half of the South.
Fuck them.
Fuck the South.
Fuck the people that interpret the Constitution literally. They're like,
go ahead.
This was brought up on that podcast I was watching. It was, should there be like federal gun control or just gun control in general? And this one dude, that fucking asshole conservative dude, critically thinking veteran.
What an asshole.
Guy with sunglasses, he was literally reading off the Second Amendment, and it was like the right to form a militia just in case anything like shit hit the fan, and like you can have arms. It's okay. Well, literally, yes, that's what it says. Do we need private militias? No. Yeah. We don't fucking need it. That shit's 200 years old.
Written in the 1800s.
Yes, there's been amendments to
really,
it
actually.
Over the course of history. There's like been 26 amendments since the original 10 were added. That shit's so fucking old. It needs to be updated. And everyone's like, no, we're purists.
My main argument for the Constitution, who read it, and I feel like this is infallible, right? So if you can argue this point, play devil's advocate, please.
Sure.
I feel like people who say you need to read the Constitution the way it is written.
That's the way it was intended.
Because that's the way it was intended, and no room for interpretation. My argument always is it is also written in the Constitution to amend the Constitution as needed. Therefore, if you need to interpret laws because the laws don't quite fit today's standards, interpret those laws, and then change them down the road. Because that's what the founding fathers wanted. They wanted us to interpret it and then say, this doesn't work for us, we can change it. They didn't tell us to keep it the same. They said to interpret it and then change it if needed. So I think to read it as true to the letter as you can is the opposite of what the founders wanted. And it's one of those things that I said earlier. It's a divisive technique created by Republican parties to separate people so they can say, I know the Constitution says this, but you need to do it like this.
Yes, there are. Okay, so we have the people that say that it should be interpreted fucking literally. It's the same thing as the Bible. It's like, you read the Bible, it means this. And it's always
it means you killed a goat? Actually, the goat's a symbol. It's your first son. I saw a snake. No, I took acid. But just look. Okay, just say your prayers at night.
Love thy neighbor. Fuck that guy.
Fuck my neighbor.
He mows his lawn on fire with him. Fuck that guy.
Like an asshole.
But so you're gonna have the people who read it interpretly. There's gonna be fuck. I can't speak when I get drink. There's gonna be the people that say, well, it says to amend it, but that's actually really fucking hard to do because it does say that you can amend the Constitution, but it needs either a 2/3 majority vote in both the House Representative. Fuck. It needs.
Take a breath. It's all good.
The Constitution provides that an amendment may be proposed either by the Congress with a 2/3 majority vote in both the House of Representatives and the Senate, or by a constitutional convention called for by 2/3 of the state legislators. So even to amend it, to change it, is really fucking hard.
It is really hard, but that doesn't mean it's not interpreted.
Sure. Yes, it is possible. They did write that, hey, you guys can change this whenever you want, but the steps to get it changed is damn near impossible. It took 2/3. It took fucking slavery and women crying for it to be changed.
So 2/3 is about 66%, right?
You need majority and some.
Yeah, you do need majority and some.
Donald Trump didn't even get impeached when they had majority, and so in the first impeachment trial, Mitt Romney.
You need a healthy majority. That's the truth. That's a good point. You don't need 51%. You need 66%. That's actually very important point that you made. Yes. Yeah.
Mitt Romney was the only Republican to vote to impeach Donald Trump the first time. The second time, there was like only 7 Republicans. Mm-hmm. He was still one of them. So 6 other people switched. And there's a Senate majority for Democrats right now.
That's a great point.
So
here's
you need 2/3 of those people. All agree.
Here's my immediate response to that is before tearing down the Democratic Republic and just replacing it with a true to the core republic, why not just lower the standards of the voting percentage, right? Why not make it, instead of 66%, what if we made it like 55%?
Because then that'd be too easy. They don't want the system to be changed that easily. They thought about that.
That's true.
They needed to be fucking hard to change.
It would need to be more than unanimous.
Because otherwise, states would be seceding left and right. What's the fucking percent needed to secede?
Fuck. That actually makes sense. No, when you pointed out the 66%, I mean, I guess I brought that up, but like you brought it to my attention. 66% is more than majority.
It's way more than majority, but it's
not way more. It's an extra 10%.
It's more than that.
16%.
Yes. I think seceding. Option 1, ask politely. Odds of success, 0. Option 2, amend the Constitution. Odds of success, low.
Not even a percentage.
The Washington Post is fucking dumb. Option 3, withdraw by force. Odds of success, basically 0.
Damn, they said basically. That means they know something about the U.S. military we don't.
Option 4, await the collapse of American experiment. Odds of success, 100%.
Really?
If you wait it out, sure, I guess. That was not fucking helpful, Washington Post. You guys are fucking dumb.
That's so biased. That's straight bias shit.
I believe it's like 80% vote for a state to secede. I'm trying to find the exact number.
Damn. That means they all had to vote being like, if they only get 51%, then they're out. And they're like, shit, you're right.
if North Carolina's like, I want to leave.
Well, they did. That's why they're North Carolina.
Yeah.
They did it. Someone did it. North Dakota, South Dakota. They're like, fuck Dakota. Fuck this place.
Constitutionally, there can be no such thing as a secession from the state, of a state from the union.
But you can't leave the federal government.
But a state can secede from the regular states.
Look up the California one. That one's like always current.
And California would fuck the United States over so bad.
It would ruin it.
It would.
Which is why that would never happen. I can't believe people are actually still going for that.
It's never gonna happen.
Because as an outsider looking in, I'm like, that would never fucking happen.
It's like one of the top 6 producers of GDP
of everything. Yeah, California alone, if it was its own place, would be the 5th highest grossing country in the world, higher than France, higher than a lot of other places. But I know France was like the biggest one. Probably like a California's number 5, France is number 6 kind of thing. Shout out to the people who like burps.
That one guy.
Those 2 dudes. We're 2 dudes drinking beer. They're 2 dudes talking about burps and cars and farts. Burps and
if you like cars
and farts and burps and cars and farts and.
If you like cars, check out Gridline Go.
Shout out Gridline Go.
If you like cars.
My brother runs that channel. He is a car enthusiast. He likes to go off-roading.
He's an aficionado.
And Eric, I fucking forgot to told you. I was about to get a roommate who had this really nice Mustang and a bunch of sponsorships. Our podcast is lucky enough to have brands like Jack Jaw come reach out to us. Shout out Jack Jaw. But turns out car sponsorships are really hard to come by. You need to apply for them. Eric, if you're watching this, and by God, you better be.
Just send him this clip.
I probably will. I won't. That's a lie. Anyway.
I'll do it for you.
Just go. There's a way to apply for them. Look online. Try to apply for something. You just get stickers on your car. And they'll most likely approve you. But you do have to apply for it. So I wanted to tell you that because one of my potential roommates told me that. You can do tires, brakes, off-road gear like roof racks,
aftermarket parts,
anything you want. Just apply for it. Tell them why you think it'd be good for the channel. Show them your consistency of uploads and posts, and they're gonna throw a bone your way, man. So I wanted to tell you that. We never really got the chance. We were, of course, all involved in all the feelings, love, and emotion this weekend.
A wedding isn't a place for business.
Yeah, and yeah, I definitely was very not businessy. But yeah, man, there's a way to apply for them. Go ahead and apply. Reach out to whoever you want. He told me the key was consistency, reaching up, following up, and all that. And I'm sure you have the mentality to handle such a thing. Also, I'm seeing you tomorrow because apparently my car's transmission's going out. So that's cool. And I'll see you then. And if I remember to tell you then, I'll tell you then. If not, hopefully Josh will remember to tell you to send me this clip of me talking to you.
If anything, I will just send it to him himself.
Sweet. Yeah, it smells good.
What's up, Eric?
What up, Eric? Can I get a third? Are we doing this? These are so good. Very rarely do I actually dive into number 3.
Yeah, you usually are 2 and done. Mm-hmm. But these are drinkable, and they're tall cans too.
They're so good. Yeah, and these are 16 ounces.
I can't.
These are full pints.
Anything. It might just be a fucking Mandela effect where a state can secede from the union, but it's fucking in the Constitution or something.
Well,
it should be it's a fucking thing.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up. It's only like 10 minutes of research on Google, so I'm sure there's better places to find the answers that we're looking for. There's got to be, right?
Usually shit like that is like a 2/3 majority vote, but I think that's like an 80% majority
You know,
vote.
but that blows my mind. I think that's the most important fact we've stumbled upon.
2/3.
2/3. It's because it sounds so small, right? Because when you say 2/3,
66%.
it's 2 out of 3 when you simplify the fraction. But at the end of the day, it is 66%.
66 out of 100.
So 66 out of 100 people need to all say unanimously, yay.
And that's just Congress. How many House reps are there?
And I think that's the most important thing, because that really puts a solid perspective into it for me to be like, oh shit. That's a lot of people.
There's 434 House reps.
So what's that divided by 60?
You have the calculator out.
444?
435.
Close. Divided by 60%?
Or just times 0.6.
725?
Nope. I'll do it.
Thank you. Two dudes drinking beer, sticking together, solving problems, doing math on the calculator incorrectly. We are not geniuses.
You need 287 people
Out of...
435.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, 60... Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
200 fucking people
It's a hefty...
in the House.
It's a hefty majority. It's not just majority.
It's more than that.
It's a hefty majority.
It's that, and you made a compelling argument to the enemy team.
Yeah. I mean, either that, or here's the thing, or it's such a big problem, everyone's like, yo, we need to fucking change this.
Slavery wasn't even like that.
Yeah. Some people were like, I don't know, dude. I like not having to do this by myself.
I like having someone else do my work for free.
Yeah. No, it's...
Then you have to pay them a wage?
And that's the thing, right?
Fuck that.
Everyone's growing, and everyone's like adapting and learning. Like, here's the thing, we are so diverse, bro. Like, people in the South are like, yeah, I don't like this race of people because the color of their skin, and they should be our slaves. And everyone in the West is like, yo, that's fucked up.
Pump the brakes.
You're like,
Calm down.
that's not chill, bro. You know,
Stop it.
get some help. But it's one of those things, it's like, yo, like, how do you tell someone across the country how to live? How do you do that? How do you tell someone down the block how to live?
The United States is like as big as
so-
the entirety of Europe.
It's so different state to state. It's so different city to city, bro. I lived in Oxnard, and they were like, hey, don't go on this side of the train tracks. There's gang members.
That's why I don't go to Oxnard.
Go to this side of the train tracks because there's bomb taco trucks.
I'm afraid to go there still.
Yeah. But you'll get over that.
Raising Cane's still.
Yeah. Raising Cane's will...
Gentrified
Persuade you.
just enough.
Right. But it's one of those things, like, how do you, like, it's like, go knock on your neighbor's door and tell them to do something. Not even
Ask your fucking neighbor for
a cup of sugar.
a cup of sugar.
See if they tell you to fuck right off, because I'm pretty sure they will.
This ain't the 50s no more.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's so crazy. Like, when you really boil it down, it's like, holy shit, we're all so different, bro.
They answer the door smoking a cigarette in their underwear. It's like, what the fuck do you want?
Yeah.
Do you have a cup of sugar?
Get the fuck out of my face, you Yankee.
I don't even have sugar. What the fuck?
Sugar, I got that moonshine. I got the fucking straight lard and fucking high fructose corn syrup.
And you'll get that in this part of California too. So
Yeah, sure, why not?
It's everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how many people don't even know their neighbors? And, like, you're telling someone on the other side of the country what to do? Here's what I'm doing. I'm like, I'm like, go fuck yourself. But also, like, can you please do what I'm asking? Like, it's so hard.
It's because,
difficult.
Like, people that are in like our age group, born in like 1990, they're starting to get houses now. Yeah. So like,
holy shit! It's been 2 hours.
I know, right?
What the fuck happened?
I went to the bathroom once.
Oh, these are bomb drinks then.
And so like, the top of our age group is starting to get houses and become like actual adults.
Those who went to actual college.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm here 8 years later, just getting into university. Besides the point. But
Yeah.
they're like, fucking. Do you even know your neighbors now in the house you live in?
I don't know their names.
I kind of know this neighbor a little bit.
These people seem cool. Those people seem cool actually too.
They tore these ones.
They did their chimney down too, right? I saw
they ripped
that.
the fireplace out because we did, and their dog's named Cece, and Rolo is their girlfriend, boyfriend.
Fuck
That's just the stupidest thing ever. That's a whole nother thing. But it's like, so all of our age group is becoming homeowners and getting their own places. And we're like the don't fucking talk to me kind of age. Where it's like, if someone,
For sure. Text me, don't ring my doorbell.
if someone comes to your house and they ring the doorbell, and it's like, who the fuck is at my house? Like, who's at my door? I believe John Mulaney has a skit about this.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not expecting anybody, nor am I never expecting anybody. Who the fuck is at my door right now? There should be no one at my door. If it's a delivery driver, then they just leave it there. Most of the time, they don't even ring the fucking bell.
But it's like
just there.
it's got to be like a sales pitch or someone like Girl Scout cookies or like some people selling magazines. You know, it's like it's always like door to door. Like that's I think what people think because like I even come here and I still text you.
Yeah.
And your parents are like, ring the doorbell. I'm like, no, that's scary.
No one rings a fucking doorbell.
And that's a cultural thing, right? Like our generation has already developed that as like
Send me a text. It's the same thing.
it's a little different at Ryan's house because Ryan's parents sat us down one day and they're like, look, if the garage is open,
Walk in.
walk inside. We don't
still
care.
feel weird about it because I'll walk in. They're eating dinner at the table. And it's like, hi, I'm here without telling anybody.
I feel good about it now because I realized like, oh shit, I'm that accepted. Like,
I mean, yeah, I get that, but like, I'm still in the back of my mind, like, hi, I'm walking into your house. You barely know me. They don't know shit about me. They don't know me.
but you're cool through association.
They don't know me.
They don't know me, homie. But it's one of those things like it's like guilty through association. Like you know me, so
I'm good enough,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, so you're cool. But that's one of
I'm
those
still
things.
always going to think about it. Like, hi, I'm walking into your house. You trust me just enough. I heat your candies at the front door because no one else will.
That's why trust me, bro. If you knew his dad and his mom, they'd be like, that's why they're there. They're probably happy. They're like, oh my god, who ate all these Hershey's Kisses?
Who's eating the dark chocolate kisses that nobody else eats?
Like, it's Josh.
It's Josh.
Well, I better get some more Hershey's Kisses for Josh.
I don't like dark chocolate. Please
I wouldn't
get
be
something else.
I wouldn't be surprised if his mom went to Ryan's mom went to him and was like, what kind of candy does Josh like? And Ryan was just like, he eats dark chocolate, so just keep doing that.
I like Kit Kats and Crunch Bars.
Kit Kats and Crunch Bars. Now they know.
Those are my top two.
Really? You know what I really like? I didn't even realize, like, I love Milky Ways and Three Musketeers.
I don't like the nougat.
Really? Okay, so let me explain this. When I worked, still hopefully will work at Copper Blues, there's a bathroom attendant. Shout out John. I love you, John. I hope you're doing well, man. I see you killing it on Instagram, so I know you're doing well. But like, keep it up, man. He's a bathroom attendant, and he would have candy and mints and gum and stuff. And he's like, it's all free, bro. Just donate if you want. And every time, like, I took a fucking Three Musketeers or a Milky Way, and like in snack
Fun
size,
size?
fun sizes, everything tastes better in fun size.
Well, because you get to incorporate all the different flavors all in that small bite-sized package. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, like I get like the Snickers, and I'm like, I don't like Snickers, like
It's too many nuts.
yeah, like by
Fuck off,
themselves. But
Rolo.
like you get a Snickers bite size or fun size, and you're like,
It's just enough nuts.
yeah, it's different enough to where you're like, fuck, this is pretty good.
Yep, I understand.
And I did that, and I still haven't bought like a Milky Way or Three Musketeers.
It's not gonna be the same. You're
But
gonna
like,
ruin it for yourself.
but like when I'm at someone's house and they have like a bucket of Halloween candy and they have Three Musketeers or Milky Ways, bro,
you'll take it.
I'm all over it. Those are my favorite ones now, but only in the bite-sized form. It's weird. I can't explain it.
I'll get.
If I would, sorry, real quick. If I were to get anything just by myself, it'd be Reese's Pieces.
Ew.
I know that was controversial.
I mean, Reese's Pieces are basically M&Ms, but in peanut butter form. So it's peanut butter with a candy coated shell, which is
a little bit of chocolate.
no chocolate at all. There's zero chocolate in
Straight
it.
peanut butter.
It's all peanut butter and a candy coated shell.
Fuck.
You know how M&Ms are chocolate with a candy coated shell?
You know what pisses me off? I remember like eating M&Ms one day as a kid, and I bit into it, and I was like, chocolate. Oh, got the yellow one. Chocolate. I was like,
They're all
yo, these are just different colored chocolates.
it's all the same.
It all tastes the same though. Yeah, it's just food dye.
Yeah.
That bugged me as a kid. I was like 5.
I mean,
I was like, fuck this. This is a rigged system. This is bullshit.
fuck the government.
Fuck the government. And that's why I'm here on a podcast talking shit.
20 years later, you know, you're just a federal insurgent. You've been planted back in the day to become what you are now. You're a sleeper cell.
I'm a sleeper agent, bro. Oh my God.
Fucking shit.
That's fucking hilarious.
You're so stupid.
One day I woke up and I was just like, yo, fuck the government, bro. They're like, Alec, I asked if
He's
you knew
gone rogue.
I asked if you knew what 2 + 2 was. And it's like, look here, Miss Jackson. Who I am for real.
I'm for real. Fuck the government.
The government.
You're like 6. It's
Yeah.
like, what is he talking about?
Yeah. Fuck the government. Or like, I don't know. I can't do a baby voice. Oh my God. That's funny. You're right, bro. What if it's like one of those things like, you know, I want to talk about this for a second. Like, has anything ever happened to you, like, really young that you remember? And I'll start this story off. Like, I remember watching the Twin Towers go down on live TV.
Yeah.
I was doing homework.
I did too. I was in fucking school.
I was doing homework, and I was watching the Twin Towers drop. And my mom was like, it's because they're jealous of our freedom. And I was like, oh. Because I remember asking me, I was like, why?
She's not wrong.
I was like, why did they do that? Yeah, and it's like, well, it's funny how that's like perpetuated, right? It's like everyone's just like, oh, fuck, they're jealous of our freedom.
We're so free.
But at the end of the day, it's like I said, like, Constitution, I know, I'm going to tell you what the fuck I'm thinking. Granted, maybe not in, like, China, you know. There's definitely places in the world where you can't say what you're thinking.
Anywhere that's communist.
That opposes the government, you know what I'm saying?
Anywhere that's communist.
But you can go tell someone to suck your dick and fuck off.
Yeah.
But...
Depends on who.
But, like, I wonder how many people my age saw the same things and was like, I am going to enroll in the military and I'm going to make Iraq fucking pay. Like,
probably at least 10%.
Yeah.
At least.
Definitely not 2/3.
No, not 66%.
But you know what I'm saying is like, at one point I wonder if like, when I was a kid, that was a big event I remember.
Yeah.
And I remember that, my iPod, and I remember writing an essay about like what I love. And my essay was about music.
iPod in 2001?
So let me break this down for you.
I was in kindergarten, so you were in like first grade.
I'm trying to break this down. I know it's a little out of order, so for the timeline. So, I remember seeing the Twin Towers fall on TV.
Okay.
And then in 8th grade, I remember having to write an essay. Well, I should have said that, right?
7 years apart. Okay.
Yeah. I remember having to write an essay about like something I love, which is music. I was like, music has always been there for me.
Okay.
And then let's just pull something out of the air. Like I remember going camping a lot. I remember writing another essay for school in 6th grade.
Camping.
I remember writing another essay in school for 6th grade, and it said it was like cut stuff out of a magazine and put it to a picture.
Magazine.
So I did that, and it was like all the magazines my family had was like Cabela's catalogs.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
And so what I did was I cut out a bunch of shit like night vision goggles and like bows that I wanted, airsoft guns, and I put up there, and I was like, I like hunting. And someone approached me and was like, I like hunting too. I'm in an outdoors family. And I would hang out with him. That was my first friend in middle school. Ew. Bryce Reeder.
I knew a Bryce.
What's up, bro? How you doing? I hope you're doing well.
Invite him on the show.
I fucking should, huh?
Do it.
That's a trip.
You got nothing to lose.
I never thought of that.
Is he still out there or is he out here?
No, he's in another state for sure. At least I think so.
Well, I guess he went to middle school out here, so it doesn't matter.
Anyway. And then I remember in 8th grade writing that thing about music. And I remember after writing that, I was like, I'm going to do music. I remember choosing right then and there, like, I need to learn piano. I was already writing lyrics. I was writing a lot of poems, but I was, like, writing lyrics and shit, too. And I was like, I want to do music. And, like, that essay that I wrote is what pushed me to, like, be like, I'm doing music. I was, in my essay, I was like, music was always there for me when I was sad, when I was happy, when I was angry. There's a song for every emotion, everything I've ever felt that's helped me cope and understand my own feelings and emotions.
Deep.
And I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this one day. And here I am. Like, I'm fucking...
On a podcast.
I'm stuck in the mud being... not stuck in the mud, but like, I'm here. I'm stuck in my own ways being like, I'm going to do this. There's nothing anyone can say. There we go. That could derail me from this. Even when you say, Alec, go get a job because Target's hiring, blah, blah, blah.
I'll train you.
I'm like, I don't care. Like, I know my job's waiting for me. I know I can still...
They'll pull through.
I know I can still figure this out, right? Like, I know I'm going to be okay. And it's weird, like, you can't derail me. And I assume that's the same kind of passion someone gets when they were like, I want to be a cop. I want to be in the military. I want to do this. I want to do that. And maybe this is just me assigning association to everybody, but like, I imagine everyone at some point had to decide who they're gonna be, right? Like, at some point, you gotta make a choice.
I mean, like, every kid wanted to be like a firefighter, a policeman, or an astronaut.
And I did too, but in 8th grade, I was like, holy fuck, how did I... For me, it was like...
before high school.
For me, it was a revelation, yeah. For me, it was a revelation. I was like, how have I not noticed? Because my sister was always giving me CDs. I was always writing lyrics and poems. I was like, how have I not noticed this?
I didn't know what I thought I wanted to do until senior year of high school.
Which was?
Film.
Sorry about that.
I know, right? That's why I said I didn't know what I thought I wanted to do.
Yeah. But now do you?
No, fuck that.
No, not film, but do you know what you want to do?
Yeah, I want to fucking work for a corporation in an office job.
There you
I want
go.
to be a salaryman, work 9 to 5, we have weekends off.
There you go.
Make $45,000
Get
a
a
year.
beer after work, loosen your tie a little bit, and talk about the expense account you're working
I'd wear
on.
the nicest button-up shirts.
I know you would.
I'd go all out.
But that's dope, right? Like, it took you a while to get there, but now you know.
Yeah, I want to work.
At one point, one day you had to wake up and choose.
I want to be someone's number bitch. I want to crunch those fucking numbers for you, daddy.
And I love that.
I want to do that hard in the butt. Please. Let me crunch your fucking numbers.
I love that. Like,
I'll spread those spreadsheets.
when did you realize
I'll
that?
spread those cheeks.
When did you... I'll spread those sheets and these cheeks, daddy. When did you realize that?
After I realized that fucking film industry sucks dick and it's impossible to get into. So I picked something. It was also because I was a shift leader at Pizza Rev, where it's like, I'm already running a fucking business. Might as well, like, I can do this on my own.
Well, you had the experience. You're like, okay, you understand, like, the plot of things.
Yeah, I had a basic rudimentary understanding of how shit works and how I could run my own business. Chase, you still want to open that bar? You know I got you.
Who's Chase? Fuck, no. Sorry. Oh, my God, that's embarrassing. Oh, my God, that's embarrassing. Chase, if you want to open a bar, I guess I'm on board because that's fucking shameful of me. I forgot about you for one whole second. I apologize. You're amazing.
I have the 3 years of restaurant management.
Oh, that's fucking embarrassing. All right, go ahead.
So, I mean, like, it really took being a shift leader at Pizza Rev to make me understand that I can do what I do and just apply it to different things.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. If only it started at fucking McDonald's like I wanted.
But let me ask you, like, do you remember the day? Because for me, like, that essay was the turning point.
The exact day? No.
You just kind of, it was more of a gradient. You transitioned into it. You're like, oh, well, this makes sense.
It's been I've done this. I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Why not do this in other places? And it took like a year for me to be like, I want to go back to school. I hate living here in North Hollywood in this shithole house with my roommates who trash the house. Poor Norma, who owns the house. The little sweet old Mexican lady who lives next door. And their house looks like shit. It's not my fault. Poor lady. I don't want to do this ever again. I want to do something meaningful. I want to run someone else's business and spread these cheeks and spread my ass. Fuck me in the butt, daddy.
Fuck me, Jerry.
I'll be your numbers, bitch.
Damn.
Please.
I do want to say one more thing. There was this girl, Michelle Gutkin, who sat behind me.
Gutkin.
She told me she was the one who was going to write the essay on music. And she gave me, like, a speech. She's like, music is just so, like, emotional.
What's she doing now?
You know, actually, I'll look it up. I talked to her a little bit when I was, like, in middle school. I had a huge crush on her after this, actually. It was funny. Are you going to look her up?
I'm gonna try.
It's embarrassing. We should be friends on Facebook. Just do that.
Okay.
And basically she
I just have to sign in.
she was telling me like, what are you gonna write the essay on? And I was like, I don't know. And then she's like, I'm doing mine on music. And I was like, that's a good one. Like, and then I realized, I was like, yeah, fucking, I like music. Who doesn't love music? And then we both write, like, I basically stole her idea to write my thing on music because I also felt like, involved.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, like, I want to do that. And then we both wrote a thing on music. And from that day, I was like, I fucking need to do this. Like, I just need to fucking go in and like.
It just awoke in you one day.
Yeah, I just need to figure shit out. And like, I asked my dad, I was like, can I get piano lessons? My dad was like, no, we're poor. And then I was like, okay. Gave Eric guitar lessons though. That's cool. But it was like one of those things. I was like, shit, man. Like, I need to do this. I got no musical talent. I can't sing for shit. And then shout out to Joe, EOF King 805. Joe Nasty. I should get him on the fucking podcast. Holy shit, I got all these ideas now.
You know more of the connects than I do.
His grandmother gave me Reason, bro, for free.
The box?
The Reason 5 box you saw. Like, she gave me that for free because she knew that we were rapping at the time. So I'd literally leave high school on my days off, bro, and go to his house. He was in like middle school at the time. And I'd rap with this middle schooler because nobody else in high school wanted to rap with me. Nobody else had like the microphone and shit. Like he actually like he put some money down. We actually sold some drugs together. Like, you know, we did what we had to do. Hey. And we got like a snowball microphone and like
Ew.
we did our but at the time like we made it happen. Like
I get you.
We really did it.
I get it.
And like, it's crazy because it's like he was really one of the dudes. Like I remember like rapping and working with him more than most like high schoolers. And yeah, dude, it's like, it's crazy because like ever since that, I've always been the huge Reason supporter, because I got that free product that one day. And now I bought Reason 10. Like it was a $400 software. And then I buy stuff from their shop. And
which is why I'm a supporter of Jacked Jaw. Because they reached out to us and essentially sent us this product, and now I use it.
And like how cool, and that's what I'm saying, bro. Like that's who I am. Like I just want to be a good dude, I want to be that guy who's like, even when I finished the first All Ills album, I reached out, I sent Joe a text, and I was like, hey, bro, it was a long one. I was like, hope you're doing well. I just want you to know, like, you and your family has inspired me to do this. I want you to know, I made every beat for that song in the same software, the same exact software that his grandmother gave me that day. Years down the line, I was like, yo,
with your Naruto customizations.
Yeah, this album wouldn't have been possible if your grandma didn't give me that software. Yeah. Like realistically, bro, I wouldn't have gone out and bought a DAW because I wasn't good enough at music. A DAW. Because I wasn't good at playing piano and I had nothing to record. But because I had the DAW, I was able to sit down and be like, oh shit, I could at least rap. And that is where it was like, I was like, done. That's the fucking, like, it started with that music essay. And then I met Mikey. I had the DAW. I bought microphones. And then one thing just fucking.
So 8th grade for you.
8th grade for me. And then, obviously I knew Mikey in like 7th grade. But like, Mikey, so the reason Mikey got into rap, Mikey, I'm sorry if I'm spoiling your story. Because one day you will be on this podcast.
One day.
But. The reason I got into rap truly is because of Mikey Gomez. Shout out Mikey G, Mike Guapo, the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend.
I've been to your house once.
He's one of the coolest, nicest dudes, most genuine people you'll ever meet.
He's pretty cool.
He's for sure going to heaven, bro. Trust. And basically, he played soccer. I played football. He broke his leg in soccer. And then he was on crutches. And people were like, you can't perform in athletics anymore. So one day someone was making fun of him, bro. And I guess he got in a freestyle battle with him. And he fucking schooled his ass. And from that day, bro, everyone knew Mikey as the rapper. And I kicked it with Mikey every day at lunch, bro. And every day there was a rap battle. Mikey schooled everybody. Mikey.
Guilty by association.
Guilty by association. Fuck yeah, dude. Guilty by association. And I was lucky. I was lucky to be there. I was proud to be there. I was so happy, even though I got made fun of for being the white guy who hung out with all the black kids and all the Mexicans. Even though I was the outsider white kid, I'll say this to the day I die. The only people who showed me love was Mikey, DeAndre, Rydell, Jesus. If I'm forgetting anyone else right now, I'm sorry, but like those four, man, those were like the ones who really.
Only one of them been on our show. Out of those four.
Mm-hmm. But those are the ones who really made me feel love and like family. And Mikey would be a rapper, and then we'd freestyle in my car, man. And like, it just became that. It was let's freestyle because he wanted to get better, and then I was like, shit. Like if I'm hanging out with Mikey, I need to learn to at least freestyle and like So that was what was like. I had the dot, and it was the thing. It was like I was giving the pieces. I was giving my love for music and lyricism from my sisters and my family. I was inspired by a classmate. I went on to rap with my friends, and they were like showing me all like the clever wordplay, which I was super into. And then Rydell showed me a Childish Gambino song, "Break," which the one line he says that made me love it was I supposed to stay uncool? Please remind me. And that really resonated with me because I was the outsider. I was the loser of most kids that people didn't like. And I was like, oh shit, I could use this to change and be who I want to be. And you just have to kind of deal with it.
You're Yugi Moto in the warehouse that's burning down when his Millennium Puzzle was shattered into pieces, and he has to put it back together, otherwise he burns alive.
You're not wrong, man. And I love that you gave me a metaphor that I really resonate with. Yeah. I'm Yugi Moto. And that's
specifically putting together his Millennium Puzzle.
Yeah.
Otherwise he fucking dies.
I got a piece a year for a few years. And then I was like, oh shit, this is who I am. And now, yeah, like truthfully, like I grew into this person. And I have an album written and done, and I'm going to record it and release it soon. So it's like
your first solo album.
My first solo album. So, it's a big deal. And I know it sounds, I know it's nothing, but I know also how big it is.
It's something.
You know what I'm saying? But like, and I'm saying that, like, I know how small it is, but like, I know how big it is. You know what I mean?
It's something.
So, yeah, dude, no, that's a great analogy. That's where I am. And one day it's because, like, I put the pieces together and I was like, oh, shit, like, I got to do this. And then everything just every piece fell into place for me year after year. It was, I love music. Here's software. Have you tried rap? Here's this song that will change your life. I'm going to start rapping with people. And I did.
If only you were friends with the death metal kids, then, like, you get into death metal.
Yeah.
Start doing death metal vocals, and then we become even tighter.
Yeah, probably.
That'd be, like,
I mean, the good news is I could at least also mix a death metal song,
Yeah, but you can't make death metal.
I could. Death
metal vocals.
I'm not like a guitar player. I could write a death metal song and then hire someone to play a death metal guitar.
You can map death metal drums.
Yeah,
but you can't play them.
And that's the thing is you
can do electronics.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, at the end of the day, it's like I'm a lot of things, but I'm all in music, right? I'm a mixer, I'm a producer, I'm a rapper. But at the end of the day, it's like it's all music to me. And like that's what I wanted. Is like I could do all 3 of these things, all 10 of these things that are music related, if I need to, because I can, and that's who I am.
It's all the same thing.
Yeah, it's all the same thing. It's all driven by the passion and love that I felt in that one instance when I first wrote those lyrics on an Islands cup holder, Islands coaster.
It transcends genre.
Well, music transcends time, bro. It transcends life, and music transcends language.
It's a couple thousand years old.
Yeah, music transcends that. Period. It's gonna change. It's
period with a T.
Whatever.
Period.
Period. It's gonna transcend time forever, and it's beautiful. Like, music is the greatest thing. It's my favorite form of art, but I'd die for it. I'm dying for it. I'm literally dedicating my life to it right now, saying, come what may, here's my life. Take it, do what you will. It's the same thing any person who decided to be in the military would be. Anybody who decided to be in the military in middle school,
Dying for a cause.
they're willing to die for it. I'm willing to die for music.
As long as that's your cause.
You're probably willing to die for daddy who has the spreadsheets. Probably not.
Do
But
not lump me in with that group.
that's who I am.
I die on my own record.
But that's who I am. I was like, I'm a romantic for sure. And I'm like, I will die for music because music is the reason I'm here.
That's honorable. People like that shit.
Good. If only they like my music. That'd be great.
That's up to you for them to decide.
That's for them to decide.
Yeah, you can't really control that. I mean, you can make it. Like the formula to make like shit popular. Like it's
ironically
it's XYZ. Everyone who's popular, they all do the same shit.
it's a lot of studying other people. Yeah.
And I'm sure you've done that.
Mm-hmm.
So you know like how to do it, but it's also exposure.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Because you can replicate. Oh, Drake does this. I can do everything that Drake does, and you still won't produce.
You won't blow up. Yeah.
You won't produce bangers. It's all exposure too.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Like, I want to say this too. The one thing I think my album's going to be is different, right? And I think a lot of people in hip hop won't approve of it. And here's my thought on that is I saw a Biggie interview where he said, if you're rapping about flowers and it sells 3 million records, then it did something for somebody. And you're doing you.
It's because it's more of like I'd say it's not traditional hip hop
It's not modern hip hop right now by any means.
No, it's non-traditional because it's more emotional.
Yeah, and it's the same idea. I applied what Dr. Dre applied to the movie Straight Outta Compton, right? Like,
Good ass movie.
I want the reality raps, and I'm really sitting down and breaking down who I am, why I am, and a few experiences, and I hope to outline that to people
With primary sources.
with primary sources, and I hope you get to see. I hope you get to put on the VR goggles in the sense, like I hope you get to be like sit down and be like, okay, let me see what he's got to say, and I hope you experience it and you understand a little bit more. Because I'm saying some things, and I'm saying things about myself and my past and my present and my future, and I hope it all makes sense, and I'm piecing them together in a way that like I hope makes sense chronologically. I'm trying to tell a story about myself as honestly and as vividly as I can, and basically, I think a lot of people will reject it at first, but I set out with the mission to say I don't care what these people think, because I was always afraid of what people thought of like all ills or
Do it for you.
any solid thing I did on YouTube or whatever. But it's like when J. Cole released For Your Eyes Only, he wrote that song for his daughter. He wrote the album for his daughter, basically, and I feel like it's one of those things.
Forest Hills.
No, it's All Eyes on You. Okay. For Your Eyes Only. Sorry,
I don't listen to that shit.
I'll show
It's
you.
not shit, but I don't listen to that.
It wasn't
kind of music.
And here's the thing. Here's my takeaway. It wasn't particularly a great hip hop album, but at the end of the day, it wasn't for me. Right? The whole album he wrote is for his daughter. So how can I hate an album that's not for me?
Yeah.
And I got myself in that mindset of like, this isn't for critics, because a lot of people, I'd release a song and they go, you said this word weird, or like for this one bar your flow was off beat, or
Trash.
or and it's the one thing, it's like they have that one little minuscule critique, and it's like I don't like it because this one thing.
As they do. The music video there's this one part in the music video where it's a downward pan, but the whole framing of the video pans down and then it sinks back up. It's just kind of really weird.
Yeah.
And I know you paid a lot of money for this music video, but it looks fucking weird in the editing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
But you probably had like 1,000 takes with your editor. So I don't know. It kind of it looked weird from another editor to one person.
And that's the thing is like,
I hope you understood that reference.
I did 100%.
Okay, thank you.
You got to split it, just mirror it.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, I wanted to negate all that, and I wanted to have the mindset and mind frame of like, if anyone comes to me saying your flow's a little off,
Okay.
then I want to point out very clearly, you're not listening. You're not fucking listening to what I have to say. If you're critiquing my flow or the beats or
It shouldn't matter.
that's exactly the point. It doesn't, if you focus in on that one detail, if I give you a painting
Content.
and you say this
Brushstroke.
this brushstroke is a little off, you can go fuck yourself. I'm not providing you.
You're hating to hate at that point.
Yeah, I'm not providing you with a brushstroke. I'm providing you with a painting. How dare you?
Look at the whole picture.
How dare you try and condense it to that small little detail?
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, and that's the thing too, is like clearly I'm not making music for you.
No.
Clearly you're not the person I want that. Clearly you're not the person who needed to hear this. Clearly you're not someone who can relate to this. And that's fine. That's telling me, okay, like I can identify that person, like maybe they're just trying to hate, maybe they're doing this, maybe they're doing that. But like at the end of the day, like I said, a lot of people who are like true to hip hop aren't gonna like it. Like old heads, not gonna like it. But I'm referring to Biggie. I literally rap about flowers.
Fag.
All right, I literally rap about flowers. If you don't like it, it's not for you.
It's not for me.
It ain't it. But like, but that's it.
I'll give it a chance.
That's it. It's like
That's all you can ask for. Give it a chance.
That's it. But if you come to me being like, I thought the song about flowers was gay,
Weak.
it's like, all right, well, like,
Move on.
yeah, don't listen to it. I don't know what to say to you.
Keep on going.
You thought my flow was off? Cool. Like,
Go for you.
I'm telling you, I'm opening up to you as a person and an artist, like who I am, what I've been through, what I
This
think,
shit emotional.
how I view things. Yeah, and it's like, and if you write it off because you think the flow's
It's
off,
not about gangbanging.
it's not. That's not who I am, and that's the thing. Like, I would never pretend to be someone I'm not.
Posing.
And hip hop has taught me to never be someone I'm not,
Even though some of them do it.
even though some of them do it. But this is like my most, and like I said, this is my most honest take and interpretation of myself, and I'm putting it out there for the world,
Purely for the craft.
purely for the art. Yeah, and it's like, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But at the end of the day, like if you come to me saying like the flow's off, this is off, or like you didn't like this one lyric, which is like usually the critiques I get.
Nitpicky.
If you're nitpicky, then don't like it. It's fine. But don't come to me telling me I did something wrong, because I know in my heart now, I did this fucking right.
But keep streaming it.
But keep talking about it. It's cool. But at the end of the day, it's like, I know in my heart now, I did it right. And there's nothing you could say to me that would actually deter me from believing otherwise.
100%. You gotta do it for you and for no one else. That's why you do things.
And a lot of that's because of you. You know, like I said, like you were that final step. Stay sick. You were that final step in that process where we sat on this podcast and I was like, I want to write an album and I have this idea
Do it.
about my mom leaving voicemails and me writing a song after.
Do it.
And you did. And I think someone else was on the podcast too. It might have been
Do it.
Do It. But that was the final piece for me. And it's all those pieces, right, coming together. It's like I got the fucking inspiration for music, I got reason, I got rap, and then I got you telling me to do this song, do this album. And those are the pieces for me. And it's like, it's beautiful how it's come together. It's taken a long time. But
It's worth.
yeah, man, and that's the thing, is like there really is nothing to say, because it's like I can't imagine any. It's not like a song. It's not like an album you dance to. But it's like, so it's like if someone came to me and was like, I wish you had a. If someone goes, I wish you had harder songs on there, then you're not listening to the album. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things. Like I know what I'm putting out there. I know in my heart every intent what I'm doing. I really do. And if people come to me with critiques, it's like you're just not it. You're not there for it. And that's cool. I need to know who you are, but like at the end of the day, it's like, yo, okay, like the vision of myself is clear, and now I can focus on the vision of the people around me.
Do you think that people who have done like the emotional rap kind of helped, like the Little Peeps, like and the fucking all the those kind of rappers have helped? I'm not saying that you're like that kind of rapper. You're not like a Little Peep at all, but like that emotional
oh, for
kind
sure.
of hip hop have kind of helped.
You know what's
blow
funny?
up that genre.
You know what's funny is I'm trying to work with someone right now and produce a song for them, and they sent me a bunch of their songs, and they're like, just be real, give me a critique. And I was like, I think rap isn't for you. You should probably change to like a singing kind of rap like Drake or Little Peep. And I gave that critique to somebody because they asked me for it. And they agreed. They're like, let's do it. And I was like, fuck yeah. And I actually like a few Little Peep songs and XXX Tentacion.
He was a mastermind before he died.
He really was. I mean, I really think
He hit a lot of people.
yeah, and
A lot of people still love him.
and that's the thing. Like I remember, X was super controversial. People hated him, and I remember, and that's what got me into this mood I'm in now. Is like I gotta listen to a whole album, give it a chance.
He was controversial because he beat his girlfriend or something, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be controversial because I'm rapping about flowers. You know, like it's
Because she beat your girlfriend.
with flowers and thorns and shit. But
And fists.
but it's one of those things like how, and that's the thing is like I've really, maybe I haven't really come to understand, you know, but I've come to accept like, you know, people are gonna hate you, but they're not gonna listen to you, and they're gonna be like, Matthew is a trash rapper. Name 3 songs. That, you know what's crazy? You know when I said I'm afraid of wearing my Biggie shirt because someone's gonna say name 3 Biggie songs.
I'm sure you can.
What someone should say is like when they start hating on a rapper or hating on an artist or hating on a film director or whoever, you should say name 3 things that person did, because I think that's like the minimum qualification.
Name 3 things MLK did.
He gave the I Have a Dream speech. He marched in the civil rights movement.
That's like the same thing.
And his assassination
Shit,
was terrible and sad, but it also helped unite the country.
I guess you support civil rights then.
Of course I do.
Good for you.
But it's one of those things like, I know MLK shit. I wrote a paper on him in 5th grade. Anyway. But it's one of those things like...
Side note, we're doing Drunk History in like 4 episodes.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I hope you remember that.
Ulysses Grant.
Yeah. Charles Darwin.
We'll take a few shots and then we'll get like a nice IPA like this, yeah? Because we need to get drunk. I'm spending the night probably.
That's fine.
But like we're going to take a few shots, we'll get drunk, and we'll do it.
We're doing Drunk History in like 4 episodes.
Yes, we are.
Episode 80.
Episode 80 Drunk History Special.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's one of those things like, really the qualifying factor is like if you want to hate somebody, at least listen to an album, right? Like I heard X's album. I remember everyone was like, I love 21 Savage. I'm never a fan. And then I listened to his I Am Better Than I Was album, and I heard one song on there that I liked. But that was all it was all it took me to be like, I like 21 Savage.
1 out of like 10 at least.
At least. And I respect him. It's the song's Ball Without You. And I'll tell you the lyric that changed my life and made me like him. He said, I'd rather have loyalty than love, because love is just an emotion. And loyalty is an action. You can love someone and still stab them in the back. Loyalty, you can hate them and still always have their back.
I'd rather have love than loyalty.
I'd rather have loyalty than love.
Loyalty than love. Okay.
Because you can love me and stab me in the back. But if you're loyal to me, you'll hate me, but still always have my back.
It's pretty cliche.
Sure, but it's like that's all it took for me to be like, holy shit, I fuck with that. Because I believe that, bro. Like, I got your back, and that's it. Right? Like, when Oscar was like, I hated this fucker when I first met him, I'm like, damn, okay, well, like,
you are a piece of shit to get to know.
But, like, we are cool now, right? And he's like, yeah, man.
Wow.
But it's like, I hope it's like one of those things like, you know I'm there. You know I got you. And it's because I exemplify loyalty. Obviously, love is like a component of that. But, like, you know, even if I'm mad at you because you say some stupid shit about Xbox or PlayStation on the podcast, you know it's like...
That is directed towards me, sir.
Yeah, no, I told you.
No one else.
Yeah, I told you. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I'm always gonna be that guy that your mom was like, hey, if you get a flat tire, who are you gonna call? Like, I want you to know, like,
Ghostbusters.
But, like, that's me, like, loyal.
I know how to change the spare tire myself.
Cool. I gotta take a fat piss. Are we gonna end this, or do you want to keep going? Because I can rant all day. These are great beers.
I have nothing else to talk about, so might as well just end it.
All right, wrap it up then.
Thank you guys for watching. If you need a jaw exerciser, check out Jack Jaw on Amazon. Jad is Jacked Jaw, as you see it here, Jacked Jaw. They have 3 different levels. Go for it. It's a good product. I've been using it. I like it so far. We'll see if I get a stronger, slimmer jawline by the time we're done with it. My name is Josh.
My name is Alec. We will be posting before and after pictures of the Jack Jaw. Thank you for the sponsor. Thank you for hanging out with us. We're back.